For Tottenham 1, and the scoreline does not tell anywhere near the full story. A game where there will be pride amongst some Tottenham fans, frustration at 2 stupid red cards, which for the same 2 players could have come much earlier in the game. Chelsea start slowly, and it did appear after 10 to 15 minutes that they could face an absolute battering tonight at White Hart Lane, as Tottenham were like a freight train. The football was liquid. They looked dangerous, potent, the speed in their legs, the energy, the way they invert and were pulling the Chelsea fullbacks apart. And then a crazy moment happened in this game, and it became one of the craziest Premier League football matches of all time. This is an historic night, so make sure you're tuning into the full fan highlight show. Like buttons are smashed. You're subscribing now. Uodgie, for me, with a clear 2-footed... In fact, we're going to get onto those moments in a moment. I just want to say this now. This is a seismic night. It's such a hard game to assess because of the 9 men. The Spurs started off and looked amazing. Chelsea looked shell-shocked. But now Spurs have to look at this as, how do they bounce back? How do they bounce back from this? I don't think Spurs' season is over per se because of the defeat. The 3 games that Romero will miss, Mickey van der Ven, which looks like a bad hamstring injury, could be anything between 6 to 8 weeks out, maybe longer. Maddison picking up a knock. That's going to be far more disconcerting for Tottenham fans. And for Chelsea, will there be confidence from this because you've smashed 4 goals in? Will Nicholas Jackson go on to another level? Or because you struggled for large parts to break down 9 men, who, by the way, I still can't work out whether I think it was bravery or stupidity to sit on the halfway line, relatively open, against 11v9. I've never seen a manager do it. Part of me wants to shake Big Ange's hand and say, well done for trying. Another part of me wants to slap him across his bum and say, you naughty, naughty boy. Legitimately, I can't work out whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. And I need you, the Football Terrace community, to tell me. As a neutral, I loved it. It was an amazing game. And I found myself at some points really rooting for Chelsea. All those long balls, Vicario was coming out, Chelsea couldn't score. I thought, wow, are we about to witness one of the greatest displays of concentration and sort of throwing your body on the line? Just a moment of madness. And in the end, no. But Chelsea, in the end, run away with it 4-1. They did. But there was so much to this game. 5 disallowed goals. By the way, more VAR controversy as well. We ain't getting away from it just because Chelsea won. Because for large parts of this game, they were on the side of being robbed. I couldn't believe what Spurs got away with. And that's why I do think, as though there'll be some pride amongst a lot of Spurs fans, there will also be a fair amount of anger towards maybe some of the decision-making from the manager, leaving Uodgie on the pitch when he should have seen red. And the VAR actually updated the commentary, and they said it was literally on the borderline. I still don't quite know how this tackle here with 2 feet is not a straight red card. I don't care that he doesn't touch Raheem Sterling at all. I was always taught 2-footed lunges were straight red cards no matter what's going on. And the reason why this was so stupid, it was naive from him, is because they were in control at this point. Chelsea were doing nothing in the game. They got away with it. Romero then gets away with a kick. And it wasn't a very hard kick. But as we've seen through the history of football, those little kicks are red cards. They got away with it. And that was just as Raheem Sterling's equaliser was disallowed. But what I found Tottenham were doing, and I think this was naivety, I think the whole Poch scenario, all week, it's been built up. We've got to get them. Spurs didn't need to be that aggressive. And as they started to get more aggressive, Spurs, and then they got away with 2 potential red cards, they were reckless in every element of their game, passing out sloppily at the back, getting pressed off the ball. And that is what led to the penalty. Now, the penalty itself, I've never seen anything like it. There was the first penalty call, Van der Ven on Sterling, no contact. Everybody missed Romero's challenge. And I can't remember who it was on now. I have to look at the picture again in a second. It might have been Enzo. There was a phenomenal strike from Caicedo that was then given as offside. Look where Jackson is, given as offside. And I've been calling this out for a while on the football terrace. That's deemed to be impeding the goalkeeper's view. But a few weeks ago, Man United Crystal Palace, this was deemed to not be offside. When he's got the goalie had to move out the way of a player and then it went where he was standing. This being given as offside was crazy to me. Crazy, considering the PGML and VAR have not issued an apology for this. They said it wasn't offside because the goalie had long enough to adjust himself to see the ball. But he didn't have long enough to adjust himself. It was crazy. But at the back end of this, there was a tackle from Romero. And as soon as I saw it, I thought to myself, yes, he's won the ball. But the follow-through was there. It studs in the shin. Excessive force because he goes through the player. And the first thought that went through my head legitimately was, Romero, you absolute clown. As brave as many of those Spurs players were tonight, as great as they all played, I think, when they came on, the 9 men that finished the game deserve a bonus for the effort they put in. I don't think the 4-1 is a reflection of those individuals. But Romero, 100% hang your head in shame. No need to be that aggressive. No need to lunge in like that. You're in complete control of the game, and you've just got away with one. And then I look at Big Ange, leaving a doggy on the pitch. You know he's got away with one. And every Spurs fan worth his or her salt knows he gets away with one. He's on a yellow card. It's 10 versus 11. You know they're going to counter because you're playing a high line. You're playing this high line, which means the ball's going to be knocked over the top, which means you're going to expose your defenders to one-on-one defending. Should have taken the left back off. Should have taken him off. You probably wouldn't have gone down to 9 men. And I do mean this with all sincerity. If it stays 11v10, Spurs don't lose the game. They may not win, but I don't think they lose the game. And that was the mistake by the manager in this match. Big Ange Postecoglou, I think, got that element wrong. There was another VAR decision that everybody wants to discuss as well. We've got the graphic ready. Should Reece James have received a red card? Now, interestingly, if we're looking at consistency, the answer's no. If we're basing that on what VAR did yesterday for the same type of forearm that Bruno Guimaraes, Saturday did against Jorginho. So I think they maybe have got that one right. But that's essentially now what I'm doing on the football terrace. I'm going to give you my opinion on things, but I'm going to judge should it have been a red or a goal or whatever it may be, a penalty, based on the consistency. We're going to be calling out the consistency of VAR. So on that, based on what we've seen so far this season, no, it shouldn't have been a red because others haven't been a red. Romero's, his actual red card, should this have stood? Yes. And the precedent was set for this red card at this very stadium by Curtis Jones, who also won the ball, followed through. And this has been my interpretation forever. If your studs, follow through or not, hit your opponent anywhere from the bottom of their shin right up into their knee and above, in my lifetime, with a lunging tackle, it's always been, whether your foot's up or sideways, it has always been a red card. So for me, yes. What's crazy is what I've never seen before is 2 players that should have been sent off and got away with it, then go and get themselves sent off later in the game. That is a madness to me to see that happen. Of course, there was other disallowed goals. Eric died towards the end. Jesus Christ. How epic would that have been? How epic would that have been? What a finish as well by him. But what next for Tottenham? What next for Chelsea? We're going to bring the panel out soon to have their say on the show. We're going to go to some of your super chats first, because I know a lot of you have got a lot to say here. Good effort from Spurs, but persisting with the high line was suicide. Ange was always this way since Brisbane. Melbourne, he'll win more than he loses. I understand that. I do think, I don't know. I mean, in the end, it didn't work, did it? But it was fun. As a neutral, it was amazing to watch. MJ hitting that Billie Jean hat-trick. Sue, he did, you know. He did. No clue how to react to that, to be brutally honest. Yeah, listen, I understand. This is my view as a neutral to this game. I'd be proud of the 9 men that finished the game. I'd be seething at Romero, and I'd be annoyed at the manager for not taking the doggy off. I think there's things to be angry at, and I think there are things to be proud of with a performance like that. A win is a win. I don't care how it came, but we needed it. Listen, I'll say this about Chelsea. They struggled to break down 9 men, no doubt. But Chelsea were the injured party from bad VAR decisions. So I think they deserve to win because Spurs should have been down to 9 men earlier. But there was a naivety in Chelsea's play. They were knocking that ball over far too early. And as soon as they were a bit more patient, they got their goals. And that was key. Scintillating game, crazy events. Somehow that made our loss to Newcastle a distant memory. Big repercussions. There's a lot of fallout for this. We're going to be speaking to the panel very soon. By the way, people, nearly 10,000 people tuning in. Humble to say the least. But hit the like button, please. Share this on your social media platforms. Thank you. Everything we knew would be Spurs' downfall all happened in one night. That's still unfortunate. Yeah, look, I've seen a few people celebrating it. I wouldn't celebrate the injuries of any players. I think that's wrong. Terry, please give me your best rendition of Tottenham get battered. No, listen, I'm not doing that. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm not joining in with that tonight. Poor from us, but good result. Should have been 8-1. Yeah, I think Chelsea fans will have a lot to... It's weird. I think some Chelsea fans are going to be more frustrated than Spurs fans by the looks of these comments. Embarrassing performance still, passing backwards against 9 men. 4 should have been 8. Big up Poch. Chelsea fans hold that. Jackson and Sterling. Good morning, mate. Told you we'd spank 'em is what T said. You did say that this morning. I predicted 2-1. I thought I was right towards the end. Oh, Nicholas Jackson is what Dan Cole's got to say to us here. Stupidity from Spurs. Chelsea still awful is what Amar says. Romero always rash anyway. We can get any moment he can get sent off. Yeah, he was a silly sausage tonight. He really was. What a silly boy. Playing a high line when down to 9 men is madness. Bruv, it is. But I think I'm going to make a little thing here. My cheers, but they should make this a rule that whenever you get a man sent off, or you have to play your high line on the halfway line, new rule of football. It will make football so fun. Again, by the way, if my team was doing that, I'd be fuming because it wasn't my team. I didn't care. I was loving it. It was, but you know what Chelsea looked like? Have you ever seen like footage of a dog or a cat? Don't get this in the UK. Like when they're very young, like a puppy or a kitten, and they find a snake and they don't quite know what to do with it and they look all nervous. That's what Chelsea would like. It's like they didn't know what to do with it. It's almost like they didn't believe what was happening. It's like, are they really playing a high line? Or are we going to step into a trap here? It's very strange to watch. Spurs were Spurs and Chelsea showed who runs London, is what Anton says here. Thanks, Big Ange, for the points. We need to improve. Thank you, bro. As a City fan, I'm very confident that we are going to smash this Chelsea side at the weekend. They find it difficult to score and are weak at the back, is what Zane says. It's a fair point. The high line with 9 is nothing short of naive. Chelsea had at least 3 other identical chances to score more than they already did. Karma for Spurs is what Tyrone believes. Spurs fan says it's harder to play against 9 men. Sometimes when you say things... Like the universe has a way of really... I just realized where that comes from. Oh, no. Chelsea versus Tottenham will always be a banger of a game. As a Chelsea fan, that is probably the worst win I've seen. Imagine winning 4-1 and it's the worst you've seen. We were struggling to score against 9 men. This win is going to paper cracks. I want to say one thing as well before I forget. Vicario, what a goddamn signing he is. He's legit, bruv. Romero remembers he is Romero. Uodgie off way later than he should have been. Vicario was a beast. Caicedo goal being ruled out was BS. Well, Caicedo's goal being ruled out, considering that we still haven't had an apology from Howard Webb for this goal against Man United. If that's not impeding the goalkeeper, how on God's green earth can that be? It don't even make sense. It don't even make any sense. You're spot on there, my old mucker. This is this crazy game, stupid from Romero and Uodgie. Are Spurs brave or naive? Embarrassing from Chelsea. Played against 9 men like a drunk pub team. Spurs will always be Chelsea's side chick, is what D has got to say to us here. Game of the season already. We should have won 10-2. By the way, right near the end, when Son went through, I thought they were going to do it, you know. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of rooting for it. I just wanted to see what the fallout would be. I'm no shame about it. I didn't want either to win, really, because of rivalries and whatnot. But I wanted to see the fallout. I really did. I'm a bit baffled. Can anyone please explain to me why Spurs played with such a high line? Listen, I don't know. I can't wait to hear what Big Ange has got to say. Terry, please remind Savva that he said any coach knows it's harder to play to win against 9 men than 10. He must have been celebrating that Uodgie red. Jesus. Sky, pride in defeat. Bollocks narrative got pumped. Listen, I disagree. I think there's elements for Spurs fans to be happy with. There are things for them to be angry about as well. I think it's a mixture, personally. Same with Chelsea. Vicario and Porro deserve Uodgie and Romero's wages after that honesty, and should have had to change a thing for players being clowns. Good on him. Shouldn't change a thing. It's an interesting take. Imagine when Enzo and Romero meet up for Argentina. Yeah, they're going to have a big old laugh on that one. Down to men, 4 starters in total, and pushed Chelsea almost to the last whistle while still being aggressive. This loss taught us more about how good this team is than any win we've seen. Come on, you Spurs. It's a massive donation. I want to say a big thank you to you. And, of course, everybody tuning into the tip. We've got a mad panel for you as well, by the way. We've got Kate. We've got Ches. We've got young Daniel, Orchie. We've got Alan. We've got Jacob. Who else we got down there? We've got man like Samuel. We've got Husam, of course. I can see him backstage. Ari's there as well. Sard is here. There's lots of people. It's going to be a mad show tonight. Don't go nowhere else. The best place to be, the football terrace. You know that. Let's do some already super chats, though, because as much as I love the panel, you, the viewers, are more important. That's all I'm going to say. Don't ever compare Højlund to Jackson again. They are not even in the same league. Drogba had a hit and miss first season. FYI. Hat-trick in a big game for Nico. We don't lose to Spurs. It's in our blood and DNA. Shots fired. Shot fired. I've also got a message about Husam as well, speaking as well. I've got that, KJ, so thank you. It's by far the worst win in Chelsea's history, the worst hat-trick in Premier League history. If Poch can't fix this attacking issue, sack him fast. I will say this, I tweeted out, if Chelsea didn't win, I was thinking resignations, not because it was against 9 men, but because I've never seen a team do that. I can't believe it still. I'm still in shock. Don't want to hear Chelsea fans say Poch out anymore. Your players are awful. Also, here's for Kate's tears, the Spurs fan. I think that's her name. Yes, her name is Kate. She'll be on very, very soon. I can't get through all these super chats. So my community is the goddamn best, and I love you with every fiber of my being. I genuinely do. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Do you know what? I might save that one for when the fans who want to sing it because I can't sing it because it's your song tonight, people. This here says Liverpool let in 1 goal with 9 men, Spurs 4. Can you get a Pep Minerals to give to Spursy? This result shows why Spurs are nowhere near a title race. This league is so competitive and is not shut up shop for a draw. To not shut up shop for a draw is immature. It's an interesting take there for Mr. Harris. African Giant here says this result. Sorry, I don't know where that one's just gone. That's just been. I've watched football for the past 15 years, and this is the jammiest win I've ever witnessed. Wow, we were shocking. Always gonna get 3 points at the lane, I guessed. Gee, I ain't seen this. I haven't seen you in ages, brother. He says Palmer is the highest, is the highlight of the night. Yes, he was good. The guy is quality and wouldn't be so Chelsea to take points off Tottenham and City. Lol. It would be at the moment, bro. Good to see you back, G. Listen, Jackson is absolute dog water. For the same reason, Sterling will put his life on the line for the team and will never seem to play him when open. Thank you for gifting the memberships out as well, African Giant. I appreciate that, bro. All this here says, also, after Spurs' first goal, they did nothing. 11v11, we figured them out. Poch mind games, putting pressure on them was elite. Spurs bottlers, it is the history of the Tottenham, is what SK has got to say to us here. Stop praising Big Ange. We are terrible against low blocks. Big boy, Premier League manager. He should be much smarter. We still can't finish. Interesting take. Happy Invincible Day is what Andy says here. I like that. Terry, do you recommend cash or stocks or ISAs? Depends on what you're buying, doesn't it? If it's for me, if you're giving me money, give me cash, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Cash on the yip is what I like. Flange Postacoglu. It's quite funny. What's this here? Say, want to see what happens now with Spurs because a lot of people had a lot of energy for my manager Ten Hag when he had bare injuries. Let's see how Tottenham cope. Good point. Great point. Suicidal highline cost Spurs. Big Ange is to blame, is what James says here. Took 9 men to win. City will smash us dreadful, is what Matty has got to say. My brother here, Jerome, he's back with us. He says, of course you will laugh at us and call us Spursy, but we were brave to try and and get back into this game with 9 men. And we obviously run out of gas. Man like Jerome here fighting for his boys. By any means necessary, not great performance, but don't care. Nico needed a hat trick, but had to be spoon-fed every goal. Still way too many touches in the box. Thank you, Obi Ken. I appreciate that. Spurs didn't care about the Liverpool win. Why should I? Is what Deji's got to say. Spurs goalie, sweeper extraordinaire. Yeah, he was great. He was great. As much as I was cheering every time he got to the ball first, I also wanted to see him get sent off as well, just for the carnage. I was loving it, honestly. Honestly, it was great. A win is a win, but I wouldn't genuinely like to see how many Spurs players with a couple of injuries and suspensions. Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued with how Eric Dyer copes with that high line. Fucking hell. Man's got no legs. I hate playing the what-if games, but if Son scores that chance, the higher line pressure is a genius move. And that's true, but the what-if game matters in football. Anybody that says if, buts, maybes, and what-ifs in football don't matter, they're not a football fan. They don't love the game. It's why, do you know the if, buts, and maybes? That's when you only wake up in the morning for a football match. You're like, oh, yes. That's if, buts, and maybes. After the game, when you're frustrated or you're happy, if, buts, and maybes. If you remove that from football, it dies. Why would you? Imagine removing it. You got to have a dark soul to want to remove that. You know, like a just crusty, dusty, rusty heart. Not literally. I hope you're all well, by the way. City challengers all drop points in a week. Man United didn't know. We won. We won. Anyway, nothing to be excited about this Chelsea performance, but it appeared everything Spurs touched turned to hell. Couldn't happen to a better bunch. Thank you, Mohammed. We'll save that one for the panel, like I said I would. How will Spurs line up for the next game? We'll save that one for the Spurs panel as well. Cherry, if that game had a streaker, it would have been complete. Yeah, bruv, it had everything. Terrible win. Laddie, where have you been, Laddie? I love the Chelsea fans when they come back. Everyone thinks, oh, Terry's got a big Arsenal community. My Chelsea community was gargantuan when they were good. I'm glad to see some of you guys are back. Terrible win. Wow, Jackson is... Imagine, this is what's so crazy about this game, legitimately. Chelsea won 4-1. Jackson got a hat trick, and they're calling him useless. I love football. I love this game. This game is life. Remember that Savva fraud said playing against 9 men was harder than 11 to score a goal against. Where is that fraud? He's on Wednesday on the terrace. He's not a fraud, though. He's a good guy. Of course, you will love... Oh, I'll come back to that. Well, that's Jerome. Thank you, bro. I think the injuries may have inadvertently ruined Tottenham's title race. Well, that's why Auntie Kate said... Auntie Kate told the Spurs fans, don't say that yet. And I think Spurs fans need to speak to George as well. George gave it a little bit too much Billy Ball earlier, taking shots at other clubs. Football gods. I'm just saying, I think they're real. RIP Spurs' title charge, August 2023 to November 23. That's funny. Imposter Koglu. It's a good joke, but he's not an imposter yet. We lost Michael Oliver today, and definitely not. We lost to Michael Oliver today, not Chelsea. Jerome, you don't think they were red cards? You don't think they were red cards? I love you, Jerome. Come on now. You could have. Both those players got sent off twice. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on now. They got sent off twice, bruv. 2 for 1. Bog off. Buy one, get one free. It's like, mate, come on now. I love you, Jerome. You cannot believe that. About time the Spurs' lady luck ran out. Liverpool out offside and Arsenal Jorginho slip up. Take that. Thank you, bro. Revenge for the Romero hair pull on Cucurella that led to the tie last season. I don't want to hear any Spurs fans complaining about calls. Spurs is a bottling team. Chelsea always beat them. By the way, did Romero get sent off against Arsenal for the handball? So that means he's now banned for 4 games, doesn't it? Because he's second yellow. Oh, no, it's only if it's both for violent conduct. Maybe. I don't mind. I'm just trying to spin it for a bit. We will get the link to call in. I'm going to share it. I've got a big panel, but I will get it out to you, my bro. Still a few super chats, then they're coming out. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but you guys are the, what do you call it? Community. That's the word. Chelsea fans bragging about Nicholas Jackson's spoon-fed hat-trick against 9 men is absolutely comical. Bro, I'd love my team to score 3 goals in the game. Acting like Chelsea shouldn't have been 3-2 up even before the red. Our fans always find something to complain about. A win is a win. Keep the boo flag flying high. This victory and a momentous booster. Thank you, Daniel, brother. I've always said this about Ange. He's nothing but a Harry Redknapp, great man manager, poor tactician. New nickname, the Anchorman. Shush Tsunami. Ghostwriter's back. I haven't seen this brother in about 3 years. How are you, Ghostwriter? Where's all these people come from tonight? By the way, 11,000 people tuning in. One of the biggest Tottenham stream of all time on the Football Terrace. The biggest Chelsea match reaction of all time on the Football Terrace. So thank you very much indeed, my people. Caicedo is class, top player. Yeah, I thought he played very well tonight. I really, really did. Can someone please introduce Vicario to Sol Campbell, please? He's quality, isn't he? Game's gone soft. I hear that, but rules are the rules, brother. Jackson took Van der Ven on a marathon. Maddison tried too hard. Boom. Spurs beat 9 men. Liverpool, red cards are part of the game. Spurs are done. Uodgie is fine, but Romero, what is he supposed to do? Even if VAR did not call for the red card, but the penalty, come on now. I would say this about it. Those challenges where you win the ball and follow through. I remember Jay Spearing getting a red card for one against Man United. So you are talking 12, 13 years ago. So this has been the law now for well over a decade. So I don't think we should be surprised. The rationale behind it is if you have to put that much excessive force in to win the ball, you shouldn't make the tackle because it endangers a potential leg break, even if you win the ball first. That's their logic. And that's been the rules for I've seen the date of that 15 years ago that was. So if it's been going on for 15 years, I don't think we can kind of complain about the law, really. As a Chelsea fan, I am lost for words. I can't believe we thrashed them with their former manager. Chelsea is back, baby! Right, I'm bringing the panel out now, people. I'm bringing my panel out. Lots to say, lots to do. Stay with us. It's going to take a while as well because I've got to bring everybody out to have their say. I'm going to try and bring everybody out at once. I don't know if it will let me. I'm going to try my absolute best to do it. Is that everybody? We've got a few more. I think. Who's this here? Right. I think that's everybody, right? Is everyone there?
Terry,
backstage. If you're backstage, you will be coming out. I just can't add any more right now. There's so many people.
Terry, I'm extremely
hold that.
I'm extremely
hold it.
Terry. No, don't hold nothing.
Calm down.
Don't chat to, but hold nothing. Hold
Calm
that.
down, mate. Calm down.
Hold it.
Calm down. You're in 10th place, Chelsea. You're in 10th place. Calm down, Chelsea fans.
Guys, I'm going to come to you. Guys, I'm going to come to you all in a minute. Husam, you wanted to say something to begin the panel part with, my bro?
Yes, I just want to play a clip, you guys. First of all, thank you, Chelsea. Second of all, big up my guy Savva. You get me? Just gonna play something quickly for the guys.
Even do it with 9 men. Well, no, you had 9 men in front of the goal. That makes it very, very difficult. It becomes a game of patience. We eventually broke it down. But
it's so difficult. It was so difficult today.
There's a difference between 9 men sitting in the box and 9 men when half of them are coming at you. There's a difference.
Let me speak. I'm just gonna interrupt you all anyway.
Guys, don't talk at the same time because the viewers can't hear anything. And come on, go on, Husam.
Thank you, Chelsea. Deserved win, in my opinion. Red cards happen. Red cards are part of the game. That's what I got told. So I couldn't give a fuck, to be honest with you. Romero should have been sent off before he got sent off. So he can hold that. That's double red card. He should have sent off the first time. What's his name? Uodgie should have been sent off for a 2-footed tackle before he got sent off anyway for 2 yellows. So that's the second. That's another red card as well. He should have been sent off for. And the goal got ruled off, and it shouldn't have been ruled off to begin with. So big up Caicedo. Tottenham fans have zero excuses. Zero anything to complain about referees. Every single one of them was a correct decision. We got told to hold that and move on. If you want to blame anyone, blame Ange for playing a high line with 9 men, playing an offside trap with 9 men, and Chelsea just took advantage. You allowed Nicholas Jackson to score a hat-trick in your own backyard. A striker that's been ridiculed up and down.
Who was Luton's goal scorer? Do you know his name? Did you know his name before yesterday?
20th place teams mock Nicholas Jackson. I've got a Senegalese viewer who watches me who says, I don't claim him as a red lion. That's how bad it was. And he scored a hat-trick in your own backyard. So Chelsea could have scored, by the way, today 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Tottenham were crap. They deserve to lose. And this is the beginning of the downfall. They all laugh at me. They all call me this and that. And I live rent-free in Spurs fans' heads. And now the downfall begins. And I can't wait. Remember this clip right here, guys. Everyone clip this. Everyone clip this because Spurs fans are easy to clip now. Clip it. Wolverhampton Wanderers, Newcastle, West Ham. All these games are going to end in L's. I can't wait to see Emerson Royal play centre back for you for the next 4 games. I'm going to see how good you are. Thank you, Chelsea. Congratulations, Chelsea. This humbling was needed. All the smugness has been erased from 1, 2, 3, 4. And also, where's that Spurs fan with the glasses who said we're going to win the league? Talking about we're going to win the league. We don't know you like that. We don't know you like that. We don't know Spurs like that. Talk about going to win the league. So hold that. Congratulations, Don. Congratulations, all the Chelsea fans. And listen, you can all hold it, and there's no excuses. Couldn't give a fuck. Red cards are a part of football. Hold it, right? So anyway, that's me.
You know what? Husam,
we waited 11 games.
And then just run off. You can't do that. First of all, the red cards. If you're gonna say if there was a 5-hour discussion on Good Morning Britain on why the red cards in the Tottenham Liverpool game were wrong, they were exactly the same thing. The Curtis Jones one was he gets the ball and he gets his studs up on his leg. That's exactly what happened with the Cristian Romero one. If you want to bring up him getting a red card,
serious?
Guys, please, guys, let me just because of the situation. So you on the show after you beat Liverpool, you said that Curtis Jones should have been sent off. So you agree with the Romero sending off?
I put my hands up a few streams later saying that I was wrong and Curtis Jones should have not been sent off. Because I watched the tackle back and I realized you cannot tell me we've officially lost football. Not even in ballet is that a red card. He's got the ball, man. And for the first Uodgie yellow card, it's not a yellow card. He gets the ball. This is actually disgraceful.
How can you literally say that Uodgie wasn't a red card, bro?
The second one was a yellow card, but the first one weren't.
It was a bro. He literally Uodgie went in, both feet, studs up, right? It's lucky Sterling jumped out of the way because that's a leg breaker. That is a leg breaker, bro. Legs, studs up, yeah, on both feet, right? Romero, I'm sorry, that is a dangerous challenge, bro. Dangerous. It was over the ball, bro.
He got the ball.
Don, can I jump in? Can I jump in? Let me jump in, Terry.
I wanted to respond
on the challenge. I want to talk about else, yeah? Coward. Be objective about football. Spurs fans, don't be salty about Chelsea just beat you. Have the same energy for all these games. Look at the challenges that happened today and don't sit here and be blind and go, nah, they're red cards when literally the majority, 99% of the fan bases who are rivals to Chelsea and Spurs can objectively see that challenge and say, what is he doing? The Romero one
He's trying to clear football. He's trying to clear football, which is his job as a centre back.
Let me finish. I'll jump off. You might can jump in after, yeah? The Romero kick, Alan, was not a red card. I agree with that. That's not a red card, isn't it?
Not even a penalty.
Hold on.
The challenge in the box.
Guys, I can't stress enough. Sorry, guys. I need you to let each other finish, and then I'll go to people when it's to go. Otherwise, generally, boys, the viewers can't hear anything.
Yeah, let me finish off. The Romero kick out was not a red card, so I'm not going to sit here and say yes, a red card. Fair enough, good choice. It should have been yellow. It is what it is. The red card on Enzo, that is a red card. The Uodgie challenge is a red card. Whether you win the ball or not, how can you go two-footed to a player? If Sterling's foot's planted, he literally has a serious accident. And you might be going, oh yeah, that would be a red card. Just because his foot wasn't there. Look at these challenges. Use your brain. Stop being salty about a loss and look at football objectively. VAR actually made good choices today. Even the Caicedo one is harsh, but I'll hold it. Don't tell me these challenges aren't red cards. Use your eyes. Don't use your emotions. Look at the challenges. They're clear to see.
I hear you on that, Jed. Alan, I'm going to go to Alan next on this. What are you here to say, bro?
So, first of all, people come out and say about Spurs fans saying it's not a red card. You don't know what I'm going to say, so don't preempt what I'm going to say first before I do anything like that. First of all, I'm going to call Husam out for being an absolute coward. And the reason why he's an absolute coward is when Liverpool lost to Spurs, he came on here, said he's thing for 10 minutes and ran and didn't hold anything. Then he doesn't come on the Liverpool stream where they drew to Luton, but then he's here for a Tottenham thing. He's claiming that he lives rent-free as Spurs fans. Spurs have lived rent-free in his head for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks where he bitched and cried all the time, and then he comes in, says these things and runs away again. He's an absolute coward. Also, in regards to Chesney, what he just said, Romero should have been gone for the kick out, first of all. That's a red. I've seen it happen over the years in football. Dan, you can shake your head no. It's fine. Romero kicked out. I've seen players get sent off over the years for kicking out. Should have been a red card. Should have gone first. He's cleared the ball, which he's got the ball first. But the way his studs have gone, it's a red card. Absolutely ridiculous. We were 1-0 up. We could have gone 2-0 up. And for some reason, then Spurs wanted to do what they were doing and treat it into a street fight or whatever half of them were doing. It was absolutely ridiculous. Uodgie, I think the only thing that saved him because he got looked by VAR is because he didn't make contact. If he had made contact, I think it would have been a straight red, which obviously would then turn into a leg break, which you don't want to see. But then he got his come-uppance later on in the game where he got sent off. I'm not having a problem with any of the red cards. Romero's an idiot. Uodgie's an idiot. Obviously, Vicario could have saved it from being a 9-10, absolutely amazing in goal. And obviously, most Spurs fans won't like what I'm about to do, but Ange Postecoglou, you today were an absolute idiot. And you're an absolute idiot because you're down to 9 men and you on the halfway line, not with Van de Ven and Romero, but with Royale and Eric Dyer. Royale and Eric Dyer, and you're sitting on the halfway line trying to do that type of thing. Again, people like regards to what Savva said and all that. Savva, actually, what Savva said was true because Liverpool sat 9 behind the ball and didn't move out in the middle of the goal. Ange decided that he wanted to play like that. It took Chelsea so long to work it out. And then once they worked it out, it was easy for them. If Spurs had sat back 9 in front of the goal like that, Chelsea weren't scoring for the rest of this game. We'd be playing next week and they weren't scoring. It's because we were like, Ange was an absolute, so ridiculous. Ange is to blame for the way he sets up for the second half. Ridiculous. Obviously, Romero's to blame for being an absolute fool. And Uodgie, who should have got sent off, who then got himself sent off for being stupid as well. It was horrendous from Spurs, but Chelsea took their chances. Chelsea literally, after the goal went, they picked themselves up and they outplayed us for the 30 minutes before they got the equaliser. They did. So I can't take anything away from Chelsea. I'm going to criticise Spurs all day long. And
we were growing into the game even when you had 11 men, bro. Let's not run away from that. We were growing into the game before you got a man sent off, bro.
Don, listen to what I said. I said after we got the goal and after we didn't get the second goal for that 30 minutes, that includes before we went down to 10 men. So this is why
I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
I hear you on that.
There was a segment where you had like 7 shots and 1 on target to our none and none for like the 30 minutes before, obviously the goal got disallowed for Son, and then obviously the red card and everything shoot after that. So you outplayed us for that part of the game. So I can't.
I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Harry's here with us. Harry, do you agree with what Alan has just said there about Big Ange making the mistakes, the red cards being correct, etc.?
Well, the second red card, like he said, yeah, fair enough. I mean, to be honest, normally I come on here, I've got loads of words, I've got loads of things to say. I've not got much words to say tonight, to be honest.
Where's the title race?
Okay, one game don't take away the title race.
One thing I'll say, yeah. And I'm gonna say one thing to you, bro. I'm gonna say one thing to you, all right? More time if you're supporting Tottenham throughout, yeah. I'm still gonna say, and I swear to God, this is the truth. If we beat Chelsea or we lose to Chelsea, I still back us.
Don't sound like you're backing us.
No. Just let me talk, bro. Let me talk. All right. If we carry it on like this, we're still near City, and we got to play City again. And we all know what happens when we play City.
I know you got to play City. Can I interject and ask you a question?
All right,
Vicky, Van der Ven looks like he's going to be out for at least 2 months. That looks like a bad hamstring pull.
That's just
that is bad.
Hang on. Let me finish. What's his name? I can't remember his centre back's name. Romero he'll miss 3 games. Maddison's a knock. See how long that lasts for. If those 3 players are missing, do you genuinely see with this high line your manager plays you winning multiple games to keep up with City for the next 3 games?
I still think it. I'll back my team to the very end, and that's on God.
Even you don't believe it, bro.
No, that's the thing. Wait, listen, brother. Listen. You would look, and you lot think I'm joking. And can I just say as well?
I think you're drunk.
No, Terry, you said that last weekend.
I think you're burst off a couple Maggies.
I think you had a lot to drink tonight. I think you had a lot to drink tonight, Harry.
Can we make one thing clear? Last weekend, yes, I was when I weren't here. And I remember you calling me out. I weren't here. And yes, I was. Maybe I was. It was a Halloween special. I was out of it. Now I'm back here again. And I'm here. I still back my team to the very end. Yes, we lost to Chelsea. All right. I've seen that enough times. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I will back my team to the very end. Van der Ven, that's a massive loss. Cristian Romero, that's a massive loss. But you know what? I'll back my team. Do I think
I hear you?
I'll back us to the very end.
No, I bet you do. Listen, Harry, always good to talk to you, mate. Always good to talk to you. And he's had a few potions, hasn't he? He's definitely had a few potions tonight, that guy. We're going to get Chelsea very soon on the show. I'm going to go to Kate. Uodgie, I'm going to come to you as well, mate. And Jacob. Don's here. Ches is here. We've got Winter Surfer backstage. Sam backstage. We'll be bringing more people on. Savva is going to join us on the show a little bit later as well. So it's a busy one. Stay with the football terrace and make sure you go nowhere else. Although my computer's running so slowly, I'm trying to drag Kate across on this thing and it ain't letting me do it. There we go. Should have done it now. But Kate, what did you make of tonight overall?
Well, it was a bit of a shambles, really. I thought we'd come out, we was in full control. I thought we started brilliant and then scored the goal and everything went Pete Tong. I don't know what on earth got hold of Tottenham's brains, but they seem to want to fight the world. I mean, Romero's an idiot, Uoggie's an idiot. I've got absolutely no complaints about any decisions tonight. They were absolutely pathetic what they did. Ange proved he's extremely naive. I mean, what I will say is it very nearly worked. Obviously, Dyer scored and it was disallowed. Sonny nearly scored at the end, but you can't be playing that sort of high line when you're playing 9 against 11. I mean, it's just madness. Even you said, Terry, you've never seen anyone do it. But I mean, Ange has just said in his interview, if we go down to 5 men, we'd still do exactly the same. That's just how I play. But yeah, it was shambolic. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind if we had stayed at 10 men, we still would have got something out of Chelsea because they were poor. I mean, they got the win and well done. But if any Chelsea fan walks away from that and thinks their team's any good, I mean, they were awful tonight. But we basically handed it to them on a plate. It's as easy as that. We showed them what worries. Hang on. Let me finish. What worries me is that the lack of discipline around Tottenham at the minute. Romero came out and after he became sort of assistant captain and he seemed to have really changed his game round. But lately we've seen our players getting cards for stupid things, you know, be it like having a go at the ref or silly little things, and this is going to cost us. And this is why I said to Harry all those weeks ago, you can't even talk about us in the title race. There's no way. Our squad depth, we saw tonight, Dyer, Emerson Royale, those players don't win you leagues. They don't win you matches. I don't know about win you leagues.
Kate, I asked Harry a question. He just said he's going to back his team. Could this get a little bit dicey if you're playing a line that high with the players that have now got to come in due to the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what Ange has done with them in training. I'm extremely. I was worried anyway over the next few games, and I thought December would be awful. But with Mickey van der Ven being out, that is absolutely enormous loss for us. I think we're going to see the decline happen sooner rather than later. I've been predicting it was coming, but it didn't expect all these players to get out, be out all at once. So we'll see. I mean, I see people. I know I called Arteta a fraud the other day, and I stand by that. It's too early for me to say if Ange is a fraud. So far, I'm loving him, but I do think he showed naivety today in the same way he did when he played and made 9 changes in the Carabao Cup. But it is what it is. We move on.
I hear you on that, and we'll come back to Tottenham, of course, and we've got loads of super chats to do as well on the show. But Don, a big win for Chelsea tonight, and the reaction we've had on the terrace from Chelsea fans has been a mixture. Some are buzzing, some are really angry, some are saying they're actually still annoyed with Jackson, even though he got a hat trick. Give me your breakdown of Chelsea tonight, mate.
Yeah, listen, I'm not happy with that performance overall. Why I'm gassed is because of the arrogance that these Spurs fans will come in with, right? So they can hold that one. Yeah, because after going down to 9 men, okay, I was like, we need to batter these lot. As much as we missed a lot of chances, I'm happy with that scoreline, in all honesty. Do you know what I'm saying? But overall, we were poor. We were poor in front of goal, man. When they went down to 9 men, it kind of took us off our game, because I think before they got anyone sent off, we were growing into the game. We were playing through the midfield. We were looking a little bit more comfortable. Initially, we were rattled, to be fair, in the first 10, 15 minutes. I even tweeted that Spurs are bopping us and we need to fix up. But then we kind of grew into the game. But those decisions, man, they're just horrible decisions. Even though we got the 3 points today, I don't know how Uodgie didn't get sent off for that challenge. That is just ridiculous, right? And Romero as well. That's a straight red, right? You can't go in, studs up like that, 2 feet up like that, no control whatsoever of what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter if you didn't touch him or not. He was out of control, bro. That is reckless. You're going to endanger the opponent. That is a clear red card, as they, right? As they. So I don't understand why Dan's doing that and doing all those reactions. It's a red card, bro.
Dom, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you going to be logical in the same way and be unbiased and say that Reece James should have been sent off?
Reece James, I mean, it looked bad. It looked like
it was bad. It didn't look bad. It was bad.
There's an excuse there.
It was questionable, innit, with that one. Yeah, that one wasn't as clear as the Uodgie one. I'll be real with you. It wasn't as clear as the Uodgie one with that one.
In the Arsenal game, I think it was Bruno. He ran up and he hit a player, and the reasoning was that it wasn't with his elbow. If it was with his elbow, he would have gotten sent off. So then how is that not a red card when it's clearly with elbow?
Because it's not a red card. It's not a red card.
That Uodgie one is a completely different. It's a completely different.
James is not a red card.
Hold on. It's a completely different situation. But again, today, I hope Todd Bowley and Nick Barley and I are watching it, because in January we need to go out and go get some firepower, man. We need to go get a striker. This is our big problem right now. Do you know what I mean? So many chances today that we had to bury the game even earlier, and we just weren't taking them. It's the same story week after week. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, Terry, it's good what you said. Good point, right? When we calmed it down a little bit and we started to take our time a little bit, that's when we started to catch Spurs on the break. Because initially we was rushing it too much. It was a little bit too predictable, because that high line wasn't dropping. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't going to drop today, right? We just had to take it a little bit easy and be a little bit more patient there. But listen, I'll take the 3 points. Spurs fans again in the muds today. I'm happy with that. But overall, that performance, we need to go again, train and learn how to shoot, man, because it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Let's put this into perspective. Okay, 11 games, first loss. It was a bad day at the office today. Awful. I mean, we started off really well, scored the goal, and then I don't know what happened. Obviously, Son's goal got disallowed, and after that, we literally just shot ourselves in the foot. So that's really frustrating. But I'm still proud of this team. This team is 3 months into a rebuild, and we are second in the league. And this is our first loss after 11 games. So I think people need to calm down a little bit. In terms of I agree about the red cards with Alan. I definitely don't think Uodgie's that two-footed challenge. Yes, the guy literally slid past Sterling. If he got even the slightest bit of contact on his boot or whatever, yep, definitely red card. But he missed Sterling. It was a stupid challenge, but he missed it. But anyway, both of the red cards I don't have a problem with. And people are forgetting Bentancur. That chance just before Son's chance, Bentancur also had a really good chance. If Bentancur scores, then Son scores. Who knows what might have happened? But I don't know what. I mean, I don't know if it's naivety.
Can I ask a question to the Chelsea fans? Just while you're there, Uodgie, is that why Chelsea fans are quite frustrated because there was like the dire chance that was marginally offside? Bentancur, they could have actually won this game. I mean, if they'd have won it with 9 men, I mean,
Terry, I shouldn't have to feel safe in the 95th minute against 9 men at 2-1 up to finally feel pressure ease off the team. I shouldn't have to do that. I should be sitting here. We should have beaten Spurs 8-1 tonight. But I should be here speaking about a record loss for Spurs and a record win for us over them. That's what I should be doing. The whole point, if I had Ivan Toney, I'm to tell you right now, how can I, as a Chelsea fan, say that a guy who scored a hat-trick needed to play better? That miss right at the end, when he blasted. If it's Jackson's performance can be summed up with that last miss.
He turned into Johnny Wilkinson, bro. For that last one.
I'm telling you right now, if you had Ivan Toney, if you had a fit prime Ivan Toney on there, he's getting a double hat trick tonight. Yeah, he's getting a double hat trick.
I hear one that.
Hang on. Everyone forgets. Remember Jackson's header in the second half early. The little
mate. Yeah, you know, mate, you're definitely right. One question for Uodgie, and then I'm gonna go have a chat with Jacob and said anything. Yeah, and we've got some more guys backstage as well to bring out for you, plus a lot of super chats. But Uodgie, were you disappointed that Big Ange decided to play with a higher line and was still really aggressive, or do you sit on the side of the fence where Spurs fans, because a lot of Spurs fans in the ground were cheering and singing his name, and they're sort of saying right now they're really proud of how they approached it? Where do you sit on that argument?
Well, when you look at the second half performance, it was working for quite a long time. Obviously, we were frustrating Chelsea. They couldn't break us down, and we had those chances. I mean, had we sat back and did what people said, yeah, maybe we could have tried to go for a draw, but then, chances are Chelsea might have had more chances to actually score earlier. So I kind of understand what he was trying to do, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it was naivety. I think he chose to play that game that way. He knew what he was doing. Like Kate said, he even came out in his interview after the game saying he did that on purpose, even if we go down to 5 men. I don't know if that's something like, hopefully, listen, there's not going to be many games where you're going to go down to 9 men. But I think he saw the weaknesses in Chelsea maybe, and he thought, well, let's not sit back. Let's give it a go, and we might nick one, or we might even nick an equaliser. And I think that was the strategy.
I hear you on that. And Jacob, from your point of view, happy with the approach tonight from Ange, the aggression in the team, or do you think maybe a little bit of naivety?
Look, for me, I think I'm going to keep my energy the same way I said for Liverpool. You play cleaner, you stay in the match. It's that simple. So that'll clear out how I feel about the cards and my center back GOAT, Cristian Romero's very, very awful game. What I wanted to say, though, is to answer your question, it reminds me of the Alamo, you stood in there, you dug your heels in, but at the end of the day, all of them lost, and there was really no winner, but we still remember it as like hey, you went out there and you fought a good fight. You were down. 300. Yeah. It's kind of that mentality. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm proud of Ange because I like them. I like the idea of it doesn't matter what's going on. We're going to play the style that we play. We have 5 men. We're still going to go try and nick a goal. And honestly, I'd rather go down fighting than go down just parking the bus like Liverpool tried to do versus us and put 9 men in the box. I'm glad that we only put 4. And we tried to go for it because that's what I would rather see. And at that juncture of, I felt like we were down a goal for a lot longer than we were, and it was still 1-1. So I agree with Don. I think that Chelsea's finishing. I agree with Surfer as well. I think that if if they had an actual striker who could finish, you're looking at 5-6 goals because, or even 2 assists because he could have laid it off twice, once for Cole Palmer, once for Sterling as well.
Kukurea should have laid it off for Sterling.
The question is this though: do you think Ange played with that higher line because he thought Chelsea wouldn't score and they could nick it? Do you think he'd do this again? Would he do it against City? Would he do it against Liverpool? Would he do it against Arsenal? Do you think this is the way he'll play no matter what's going on in the game? Do you think he'll always have a high line? Because what would worry me, this is his approaches, if you're winning 2-0 in a big game and it's 11v11, like you want to sit in a little bit, don't you? Because Pep does, Klopp does. You can't just, if you sit with a high line like that all the time, you're going to lose a lot of games. I know you started well, but it was just weird to me. I don't know what your thoughts were on that.
Well, I feel like when you're in a race, you keep your foot on the pedal. You don't try and play it safe. You got to go for it all, and you have to throw everything. If you're trying to get a result, once you go down and you still have 9 men and you're trying to get a result, yeah, you have to play forward and you have to give that space because, honestly, you're still trying for the goal. Again, my mentality, every Spurs fan is probably different in this regard, but my mentality is I would rather see us go down swinging in that fashion than see us just trying to park the bus and then potentially giving away our own goal. Shout out Joel Matip. So that's how I feel personally.
Okay, I hear you on that. Go on, Alan. And then Saad's going to go. Go on.
There's times you have to pick your fights. And today when you were down to not just down to 10 men, I thought we were still in the game. But because they hadn't worked us out by that time, or they hadn't obviously got in behind us too many times. When they had, Vicario did rescue us a couple of times. Like people saying, we could have done this, we could have done that with Bentancur, on and that. But they had numerous times. Vicario stopped it from being 3 or 4-1 earlier on. That's how poor their finishing was. So you've got to pick your fights. Terry said it before I could, in fact, that Pep will sit back at time. Klopp will sit back and take the thing. Like Klopp sat back, all 9 men was like, okay, we'll take the point. With that Chelsea team and how poor they were in front of goal, we could have done that today. We could have gone, we'll sit 10 men in, then you're not chasing the game. Uodgie.
How many times do you think that we've worked that with Højbjerg as a center back, with Emerson Royale as a left-sided center back, or right-side center back in the second half? I'm just saying, like, I understand the sentiment, but like, all right, we have a philosophy. We're trying to build a philosophy here. And if we just completely throw everything out when things don't go our way, I think that shows a weak mentality.
Jacob, can I just finish my point? If you're sitting 10 men behind the ball and then countering, when you're not the play's not stretched, then Uodgie doesn't have to make that challenge because we're stretched. If we're all back and we're taking it and then we're trying to counterattack, then Uodgie doesn't have to make that. Then you've got still to get 10 men and then you can still get that. Because Chelsea, I will say again, Chelsea, if we're sitting everyone back, Chelsea are not scoring. We take a point there today, and then all we can get something on the counterattack like that. But we go everyone up, leaving gaps in behind. Uodgie gets sent off and then 9, and then you still try and play that. Look, I love Ange. I really do. You have to pick your battles, though. Sometimes you sit back and you go, okay, we'll take a point, and if we get anything on that, if you go toe-to-toe like you do and have, okay, we'll try and still play that and have everyone on the halfway line, like you got the people there at the back, Royale. If it was Van de Ven and Romero, Van de Ven has the pace to get back. But when you've got Royal and Dyer, I'm sorry, that was criminal from Ange today. I think he's done good with Spurs so far in the season, but that was criminal. That was criminal for me.
The thing that I think was criminal, if I may, just for a second, because Alan, I hear your point, but like, I guess for me, my biggest issue with this match, the thing that I have the worst taste in my mouth about is the amount of time stopped. Because like you said, Van de Ven has the pace to get back. And at the chance in which he tries to go and use his pace to get back and protect us, we had already had 4 VAR stops. And I think it was, I don't even know how long it was. I don't want to make an assumption here, but 4 stops. Now, anyone who's been at any level of a high school, college level of an athlete, you have to warm up, you have to cool down. Now, if you're going start, stop, this is my theory as why American football is seeing more injuries in today as opposed to 30 years ago, because all the added commercial breaks, all these VAR breaks. That's why I'm saying that's how you see hammies go. That's how you see quads go. That's how you see these types of injuries. I think the amount of stoppage time and the amount of time stopped really plays a toll on players' bodies.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. That could definitely be it. But at the same time, that most of those stoppages were for things your players did as well. So it's Saad's here with us. Obviously a gooner. After Saad spoke, we're gonna take a few people out. Uodgie, Saad, we'll take you guys out because we've got Sam and a special guest backstage that want to come out and say hello. So I need to rotate a few people out. Sorry, Jess, but go on, Saad.
Let me unmute quickly because we need to get into this. Firstly, I want to respect the super chat from Riot27_96. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go.
Up the Geordies.
Everywhere they go.
Firstly, I'm gonna say 3-point lane strikes again. 3-point lane strikes again. Yeah. Frank Lampard said that.
Sod. Before you land, let me just play a little clip, please, from Jules earlier on today, by the way, yeah? No copyright, Terry. Don't worry, this is from your show, bro, yeah?
Get battered.
Hold on. Hold on, Alan, hold on. This is words from Jules, yeah? Jules.
And he feels the aura, Ange Postecoglou, and he knows there's no love for him. No love.
Hold on. Sorry. Wait, let me play it.
You want to talk about going to other man's gas and picking up points. You can't pick up points in your own gaff. You're not coming to big White Hart Lane. You're the return of Pochettino. Let's get something straight. When he walks in that stadium and he feels the aura, Ange Postecoglou, and he knows there's no love for him, no love lost. We're booing him.
Carry on, Todd. Carry on. I just took that in there.
No. Listen. Obviously, that's just me trolling, man. But listen, at the end of the day, bro, I have to disagree with you, Don. I think that one that Reece James done on him, bro, that's a red card. I have to keep it. I have to keep it the same way because I believe that the one against Jorginho was a red card. So I have to keep it the same. You know what I mean? So with that right there, it has to be a red card. Has to be. The contact he's made with his face, like, let's be real, it's not like a light contact or anything. It's not just grazed his face. That's full contact.
He's not swung the arm. It's not a red.
What do you mean he's not swung
the arm?
It's a red. If the way he hits it,
the arm, mate.
Andy, the way he hits his face, it is a red.
It doesn't. No, it's not.
Also, such a reach, Sergeant reaching, bro.
You're reaching.
It's okay. I am here. Hold on. I'm here for both sides. Yeah. Uodgie, red card, man. Uodgie, red card on that challenge. Red card. You get taught from very young in football. You never go with your studs up towards a player. At that point, you are so vulnerable to get red carded. It's unbelievable. You're literally putting your fate in the referee's hands at that point. And if the referee doesn't book you with a red card and send you off, you should count yourself lucky. Count yourself lucky. Now, when it comes to Chelsea, I'm still a bit upset because I wanted to see them actually dig them a grave, man. And watching Jackson go over shot after shot after shot after shot, it just makes the point more valid that these guys need a striker. They need someone clinical up front who can finish their challenges because these guys create so many chances.
Yep.
I have not seen a team in the league that creates so many chances and still doesn't have someone there to score.
No, facts are.
I thought once they brought on Mudryk, I thought, yeah, he might be thinking this is my game. I'm gonna get on it. I felt like he was trying to get into the game, but Tottenham done well defensively at times to block him off. I felt like Pedro Porro handled him, and I think this shows the first thing because I'm going to disagree with Jacob there in regards to big managers at big points in their cycle. They know when they have to play their style and they know when they have to change. Sometimes in emergency situations, you have to change the way you play. You can't sit there and hold a high line when you have 9 men on the pitch. It was literally so easy. You just had like Alan said, once they clocked on, Chelsea just kept on doing the same thing. It was like, right, who's making a run? Sterling? Okay, let me get a ball over to you. Mudryk, let me get a ball over to you. It was too easy. And I felt like Ange needs to learn from this now. You can't just go in and play the same football. Like, of course, he played against teams. He played against bigger teams with the same football this season, and it didn't hurt him. But I feel like even against us, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt him to play that same football because we were just so poor. We were just so poor on the day. But he definitely has to learn how to manage games and obviously change his game style to suit the game.
I agree with you. What is your thoughts now? I know we spoke about the red cards, young Daniel, and I know, like, see your face. Listen, I love you, mate. I know you're frustrated. When it comes to your team's performance today and the approach your manager took, how do you feel about it?
I think it's embarrassing for Chelsea fans to come in here like they played fantastically. Like
neither did you.
We created chances against you with 9 men. You should be embarrassed. And the if buts and maybes, if we play back, we might win. Well, if Bentancur scores that, we might have won. If Son scores that, we might have won. If Eric Dyer was on the side, we might have won. So if you want to play the game with if buts and maybes, I could do the same thing. So the way that we played, I'm actually happy that Ange Postecoglou has the balls to play this type of way. That he has the minerals to go on there. We're going to continue to pump them. Liverpool didn't have that. So Liverpool fans coming out, 9 men. It's a different game. It's a different game. For the Chelsea fans that want to go on about Nicholas Jackson, that man is an embarrassment. The fact that you've done the sue after missing 19 big chances, like you're Cristiano Ronaldo, my brother, you don't even have the ability of Richarlison.
Chill out. You just lost 4-1 at home. Chill out.
Go sue somewhere else. I'm tired of Chelsea fans coming on here like they dominated us or something. If we would have had 11 men the whole game, we would have beat you 7-0.
Let me say something. I'm going to jump off in it. The narrative I'm hearing right now on the stream and on Superchats on Twitter is getting on my nerves a little bit. It's like Chelsea won the game. We scored 4 goals. We missed hella chances and we need a striker. Everyone can see that. But if we didn't score the 4 goals and we drew and Bentancur scores, everyone's saying Chelsea are crap. Shambles is there. So we did what we had to do against 9 men and we're still getting lambasted. And we're not getting lambasted because we didn't win the game. It's because we didn't score 8. Let's just chill out with this criticism a little bit in terms of we actually deserve to win the game. Forget the red cards for a minute.
Well, you can't because it changes the game.
If you look at the game as an overall...
Why are you acting as if we wasn't growing into the game before the red cards?
If it stayed 11,
what are we doing here?
I'm sorry, but like seriously,
I'm the same. I'm confident to say.
Go on, Chess.
Score, yeah. And the Uodgie challenge sparked it all up. That's when Chelsea started moving forward. The Caicedo goal happened, and then the red cards followed right after that. Don't act like Spurs dominated for the whole half. They got 2 unlucky red cards, and then the tide just changed. Whose fault is the players going in the challenges? That's not our problem. We did what we had to do. And yes, if we had a Haaland or a Tony or Osimhen, we'd probably be 8-1. But the criticism is like going on that Chelsea just won 2-1 or we drew the game. We still won the game and did what we had to do.
Yeah, I do think as well. I've seen a few comments online. There's now a few people stating, I know you got to shoot chairs. Appreciate you coming on, bro. I kind of like, I've seen a few things online where people are talking like Spurs were the ones that were hard done by VAR. Again, I've got no dog in this fight. The 2 guys that got sent off, even if the second yellow card is harsh and Romero's actual red card was harsh, they both got away with like red cards prior to that. Even the offside ain't even being spoke about. Again, if we're going to go with consistency, the reason why I say Reece James shouldn't have been sent off is because Bruno wasn't. So let's just, I'm getting to a point now where I just want to focus on consistency. Does that make sense? And if you're not sending Bruno off for it, and there's they haven't come out and said they got it wrong, you can't then send Reece James off. Equally, like you can't disallow Jackson's goal, but let this one stand as an example. You can't send off Curtis Jones and then not send this guy off. Like we're getting to a point now as fans where every time someone feels hard done by, they act like they forget the things that they've endorsed in the past. They forget the things that they've advocated for in the past.
Terry, can I talk about the incident that you're talking about, Bruno? The Premier League came out with a statement saying that it would have been with his elbow, it would have been a red card. The fact that it wasn't with his elbow was the fact that it was a red card, that it wasn't a red card. That was clearly with the elbow. Therefore, it's a red card. When it comes
that looks like a forearm to me, personally.
Yeah, it is a forearm. And
young Daniel, the difference between the two is this. Bruno run past Jorginho and didn't need to lift his arm up and hit him. I think what Reece James has done here is a bookable offence. He's left one on him, but it's more of he's jumping up for the ball. There's a reason for his arm to be there. If Reece James just walked past him and lifted his arm up into his face, then I'd say 100%. No matter how hard he hits, by the way, it doesn't matter if it's a tap or a full-blown like jawbreaker. It would be a red card.
They were both going for the ball, and if you notice, literally just before that, Uodgie pushed Reece James, pushed him back on the pitch or whatever when he won the ball backs. That's what sparked him off. He was like, "What, are you gonna do that to me? Cool, say less. Watch in the next duel. But boys, I've got to shoot. Listen, these Spurs
Done. One thing before you go. Didn't I say you guys were gonna do something against Tottenham?
Yeah, you did.
There you go. Listen,
hey,
it was more wishful thinking.
Terry, all I have to say is we knew the downfall was coming. Guys, just wait. Just wait. Tottenham will do what Tottenham do. They will find a way to mess up their season. And I told you guys from the jump, don't get overhyped with this Tottenham team because back to life, back to reality. They always do it.
Egal, what did Arsenal do this weekend? What did Arsenal do this weekend? You sad loser.
They have. Listen, I'm gonna say.
Where's Arsenal? Where's Arsenal, Egal? Where's Arsenal? So
Tottenham fans can be upset at their team performance, but Ange Postecoglou and those players who got sent off are the reason why you guys lost. Ange Postecoglou, he should have changed his tactics. He sees Chelsea week in, week out, struggle to break low blocks. And what did he do? He tried to play at the halfway line with 9 men. If you would have just shut up shop, you would have never conceded any goals in that second half. It took Nicholas Jackson he had 2 offside goals and then scored a hat trick. I've not seen that happen in the Premier League in years. Like, let's be honest, that's crazy. On top of that, Ange Postecoglou is the person you guys should be putting a lot of blame at. But another thing, let's go to this. Stop criticizing Chelsea's performance, because at the end of the day, you guys are the ones that need to criticize your own team. Your player sent himself off.
I think we did say that.
Your manager. No, some not you, some people, not you, not everybody, some people. And then you have the people making fun of Chelsea. You want to know something? Chelsea, this is what they've been doing all season. They've been playing well, but when you give them space, they're good. You guys gave them too much space. We've been saying it for weeks now. When Chelsea play the bigger teams and they have more space, I have been saying this specifically, Terry, and you remember I said it on the previous stream before the Brentford loss. I said they're going to lose against Brentford and they're going to get something against Tottenham. And now in these big games, I actually think Chelsea are going to be more capable of getting points against the bigger teams where they have more space and more opportunities. We need to start respecting this Chelsea team because they're building something. And I'm the worst person because I make fun of them all the time.
Jesus, that's coming from Egal.
The reality is, what I've seen today is a very young, naive team making mistakes, but they're starting to click and give them time. Where Tottenham, this is the downfall of their season for 3 reasons. Let me explain. For 3 reasons. 1, we know Arsenal's spot depth not the best, but Tottenham's is paper thin. And you've already gotten 2 center halves out now, and Maddison got injured. So that is a reality. We cannot, this is not a banter. That's a reality. Number 1. Number 2, if you try to play that high line, this might not be a blueprint on how people can beat you. I know it's not going to always be 9 versus 11, but the reality is if you play a high line like this, people might just play it behind every time and try to beat you guys on pace, especially with these dead center halves that you now have to play. And finally, the third thing, if you guys think you can depend on Son and Maddison to carry you throughout the whole season and not strengthen in January, you guys are going to be in the same situation you were last season, the same situation you were the season before that. You're going to be coming 4th or 5th, and you're just going to be like, you know what? We had a good season. Our expectations are never to win trophies anyways. That's the reality. Anyways.
Wait 1 second. I agree with pretty much quite a lot of what Egal said because it's pretty much what I said. But there's no way you're coming on here flexing when Spurs are 10 games into a build. When you were in here defending Arteta, when you were 14th in the league in your first season, absolutely crying because people were.
Let me reply.
So hold on. So you can't come in here and flex on Tottenham 10 games into a process when you were defending Arteta, when everyone was criticising, saying, "Oh, he'll come good." And all that.
I never said Ange out. I just said hold him accountable.
Said Ange out. Those weren't my words. Where did you hear me say that you said Ange out? You can't.
No, but you're making it seem like I'm criticizing him to the point where you. No, but he is a hypocrite though. Unlucky game.
Being 14th.
Bro, your manager's a hypocrite. After the Arsenal game, he came out defending referees, talking about, oh, referees have a hard job. Today, he's like, unlucky loss. Get out of here. Unlucky my ass. Chelsea, By the way, you guys can mention Newcastle if you want. But guess what? I'm leaving with something. Arsenal's invincible trophy.
You left with nothing.
Just undefeated. No one else has done it.
You left with 0 points in a bucket full of teams.
You answer around my question and you deflected.
That's just everything. I told you why I'm here because I'm leaving with something, bro.
You deflected.
Listen, guys. Again, put it into perspective. This is one loss. Now, I tell you what, though, this is going to be interesting. What Ange is going to do. Ange is actually going to. I'm really looking forward to how he's going to now respond to this situation where we've got obviously Van de Ven out for a while. Clearly, we've got Romero missing for the next 3 games. So
man, Eric Diarrhea Royale centre back is going to be sick.
It'll be interesting to see whether he's going to bring some, obviously young players through. There's the Phillips guy, the guy that we signed in the summer. So it will see. But if he's still next game is away to Wolves. If we go there and put in a fantastic performance and win with a makeshift back 4, then I think now Ange is really he's got an opportunity to prove himself.
This is the same Wolves team that beat Manchester City.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Young Daniel, you seem very, very triggered by Egal suggesting this is when your season falls off.
Like, it's laughable. 1 loss. And you know what's crazy? Egal, I've seen more than that. 1 Tottenham reaction this whole season. Whole season, not 1. You've been waiting for this day for a very long time, Egal.
Hell yeah. What the hell?
It's this day for a very long time.
What? You want me to come here and celebrate a victory with you?
Man's acting like it's brand new, bro. Of course we celebrate the loss.
Dan, by the way, Dan, you're worse than your manager. Dan, you're worse than your manager. You're crying about referee calls. 1 second. Dan, did you realize what you did today? You verbatim said everything I said after the Arsenal Tottenham game. If we took these chances and we scored, we would have won. If this, if that. Also, take it back 2 years ago when we lost at your ground and there was a red card. I said that shouldn't have been a red card. Son should have been sent off. You were saying similar things. So guess what? It goes full circles. Football goes in roundabouts. Today, the referees got it spot on, and you're just butthurt because your team lost, and now you can't face the fact that you have an injury. You have an injury and a red card situation where you're going to be shorthanded in the center half position. And the reality is, you don't have the squad depth to manage losing your 2 best center halves. If you lost one of them,
you know how hypocritical it is to bring up the Arsenal Tottenham game when Havertz karate kicked one of Vicario and he didn't even get a yellow card. So if you're going to bring the Arsenal Tottenham game,
I'm leaving with something. I'm here for a reason.
I hear you. Do you know the funniest part of this whole argument is sitting there watching Kate just stroke and kiss her pussy cat. Like, it's just making me laugh. It's cheering me up. So there we go. People, we are going to speak to more rivals in a minute, but we're joined by Savva. How are you? How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm absolutely fine. I'm good.
Yeah, okay. What? There's been a lot of talk tonight. Did Big Ange get it right? Did he get it wrong? The high line, the aggression of the team. What did you make of all of that, mate?
Shocking. Absolutely embarrassing management from Ange Postecoglou. Some Spurs fans will want to sit there and go, "Oh, it's how we play, and it's good," and he stuck to his guns. Listen, I had a debate the other day. Listen, in my chat just now, I've just been getting, you're getting rinsed on Football Terrace, and they're putting in super chats about you, and I'm seeing people are putting things on Twitter about me. I'm not even on Twitter, but okay. Look, let's call it for what it is. When you go down to 9 men, you do what Jurgen Klopp did. You go, right, we are going to make this as hard for the other team to score as possible. We are going to go with 9 men behind the ball. We are going to hold it out. And if we can nick something on the break, we go for that. Ange Postecoglou, and we're not allowed to say this on my channel. I'm not allowed to say this because Spurs fans get really upset by the truth. They hate the truth. Everything is all fluffy in this little world, right? I'll come in here and be honest if other Spurs fans won't. I haven't heard what everyone said, by the way, so I'm not having to dig at anyone. I haven't heard, right? But when you go 9 men against Chelsea, now Chelsea are the one team in the league that don't break teams down. Chelsea don't break teams down. Put 9 men behind the ball and make them break you down. Make them pull you apart. Prod, probe, pass. Try and find the diagonals. What Chelsea do have in abundance is pace, right? So what Ange Postecoglou has done here, right, is say, you know what? We're going to put all our players on the halfway line and we're going to say to Chelsea, you know what? Every time, just play that ball in behind with your pace and have a go at goal. And we've got fans of Spurs going, oh, I love that he did that. I love that he was brave. What? And this is going to sound really weird, Terry, right? Because Nicholas Jackson just scored a hat-trick. Fair play to him. But it's also the fact that it was Nicholas Jackson, that it wasn't 7 or 8-1. That was embarrassing tactically. Truly, truly, truly embarrassing tactics. And then, why are our fans not mad that we didn't try and hold out? Why did we not make Chelsea work for the win? We allowed Chelsea. So I'm so angry with Ange on this one, right? Amen. Why did we not make Chelsea work hard for that win? We have said to them, go on, do what you're best at. Just keep running in. I'm fuming with those tactics. They were absolutely
Can I ask a question, Sav?
I'm shocking.
Do you feel, I'm just seeing people tweet this, I'm going to put the question to you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the media, the Gary Nevilles of the world, are trying to gaslight Tottenham fans into, oh my God, that was such, because I said when I came on, I go live literally as the full-time whistle goes, and I said, I don't know whether that was stupidity or bravery. Do you feel like Spurs are going to be gaslit by the media into saying, wow, that's how you should approach these games, as opposed, because I think if Ten Hag did that, I think if Poch did that, I think if Arteta did it, there'd be absolute hell to pay in the media for it. But for some reason, it's jolly old Spurs, and everyone wants to say that it's the right way to do things.
Look, I've said, and I've taken so much flack for this, and this is why I'm so angry. I've just taken loads of crap for this in my own channel. I don't think Spurs have played well. Everyone is going, oh, Postecoglou ball. We were crap against Luton. Dan, you can pull the face all you want. We were crap against Luton. We were crap against Fulham. We were crap against Sheffield United. Liverpool were all over us until we went down to 9 men. Arsenal should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first half. Crystal Palace, we were poor. Yeah, everyone's going, oh my God, Postecoglou ball. This isn't. Now, what I will say is, what Spurs fans haven't done here is given it a chance for it to be Postecoglou ball. We've created this notion after 10, 11 league games that this football is outstanding purely because it's not the crap dross we saw from Antonio Conte. Yeah. In patches, we've played some decent football, right? Today, the first 10 minutes, I thought we started okay. I thought we started quite well. Then after that, we went back to what we've been all season, but we got exposed. We went back to Porro and Uodgie making mistakes that they have done before, but that no one wants to call out. We went back to Van de Ven and Romero. Van de Ven and Romero, for me, playing the ball across the back, far too slow. Chelsea pressed it. We got caught out. Porro can't defend. Dan, you're shaking your head. Fulham had chances against us. Should have scored goals. Palace had chances
Man
against
United
us.
battered you in the first half as well.
Man United in the first half battered us. Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus misses from 12 yards. That's a different game. Look, for me, I'm not saying it's all bad. We've had a great start to the season. Points-wise, we're second in the league. But Spurs fans, for weeks and months, it's we're going to win the league. We're in a title challenge. Why can't we do it? We're brilliant. We're going to beat everyone before the game. 4-0 Spurs, 5-0 Spurs. We did this against Sheffield United. We're going to win 5-0. Luton, 5-0. Liverpool, that'll be easy. Arsenal's going to be... What is everyone watching? And why am I the one being called out for it for being real? We're a good team that are building, that are growing, but we're not the team that everyone has pitched us as already. People like Kate and I have had this disagreement when we talk about, after the first 10 games, we haven't been good in a lot of those 10 games. We've just found a way to win, which is fine. But, okay, Dan, sorry, mate. No, sorry. Terry. Dan, tell me who we've played well against this year.
This year we played well against Arsenal.
For 45 minutes, yes.
What? Okay, man. If you're just gonna put oh yeah, in 45 minutes, oh yeah, 9 man, oh yeah, then I might we played.
They're facts. Okay, the first half, what happened against Arsenal?
I don't understand where the change of opinion came. Like a week ago, you were saying, and now you're saying we're playing crap these last few games, and a week ago you were saying that we're playing fantastic. You can't just change how our whole season has gone because of one performance.
Hang on. Listen, I will school you, right? If you want to do this, I will school you. You are on here with people who stream with me daily. They will tell you, when did I say Spurs have been playing brilliantly this season? Sorry, Alan, Kate, do I say that? Terry, I stream with you weekly. When have I come on here and said Spurs have been playing brilliantly?
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Savva's always bloody negative. No, I'm joking. No, he hasn't said that.
I'll take it. Take it.
Yeah.
He's the league gunner of Spurs fans.
Look, what honest? The thing is with like Dan saying there, like he said Arsenal. Yeah, the second half against Arsenal, I thought Spurs were excellent.
I agree with some of the things that you're saying, Savva, but what I'm saying is obviously you are correct in saying that put it into perspective because we're literally only 3 months into a rebuild. So we've had a fantastic start. When you put that into perspective, the start that we've had is incredible. Nobody expected us to be here.
I agree.
So I'm myself, I've been on plenty of shows with Terry and he'll back me up on this. I've always said all we should do is just enjoy the start that we've had, but know that there's still a lot of work to do. There's a lot of players to buy. We need to strengthen our bench. We need to get at least a couple of more centre backs. Like I said, literally, what would happen if Van de Ven or Romero got injured or got suspended, and exactly what happened tonight. So now it's going to be interesting to see what Ange does to in the coming games. I mean, all right, Romero's only out for 3 games, but Van de Ven probably you're looking at 2-3 months now. If he's completely torn it, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm not being rude. I don't know your name. Sorry, what's your
Auction?
Right, so sorry, because no one's name's at the bottom. This is the thing. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying Spurs have been bad every game, but we've played in patches. I think Spurs have played in patches this season where we've had some really good moments, and we've seen like Burnley. I thought, Burnley, bottom of the league, I thought we ripped them to pieces. I thought the first game against Brentford, again, first half was poor, second half was better. Man United, for half an hour, Man United ripped us apart for half an hour. Then we played better. Dan's doing these little faces because, again, it's fans that don't like the truth.
Everyone apart. You're wording in a way that sounds like they dominated. No, they didn't rip it. It was
they had chance after chance after chance. Dan,
we had a few chances in the first half as well. You're acting like they were completely dominating. No, they weren't completely dominating in the first half. It was an even game in the first half. Then we took complete control.
It wasn't even in the first.
This is what you call denial.
Denial. It is. It's denial.
It's not denial. It's called being second place, and now everybody's automatically saying,
No, Dan, listen to what I'm saying. No one said that, Dan. This is the thing. What you're doing, what I love about fans like you, I love this, is what you're doing is you're taking my opinion that I've had all season, right? All season, trying to pin it into me making that opinion now. Now, Kate and Alan will tell you, I have said this the whole season. I watched the game. The first game of the season was okay. Yeah. By the way, I wouldn't expect it to be great. He's been here for 11 games. But Spurs fans in the background are going off like, oh my God, this football we're playing is brilliant. Is it? We had 1 shot against Crystal Palace in 90 minutes. 1 shot against Crystal Palace in 90 minutes. Today, after we scored, Chelsea had 7 shots without us replying with a shot.
Yep.
These facts are facts, but what we do is we all go, it's better, but rather than saying it's gone from here to there, we go, it's gone from here to, oh my God, we're amazing. We're not. It's good.
Spurs have played well. They've played well this season, and they've got exceptional results, relatively speaking. Relative to how you were playing last season, the performances are much better, but right now, I think it's fair to say your results are better than your performances. But that's not to take away anything. I'm not saying your performances are bad. And Sav kind of stole my thunder a little bit there because...
Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, that's fine. But even when it was 10 against 11, you were playing with a high line at the halfway line. Like Liverpool, we play with a high line, but you have to have enough tactical flexibility to know when you need to drop that line.
Yeah,
and you could see it. The crazy thing was you saw it before half time. They went in at half time, had their team talk, and then continued to do that at the start of the second half, and then continued to do that after they went down to 9 men. I'm sorry, but that is
Rack. It was that high line. It was that high line with 10 men that compounded the fact that Uodgie got sent off because we were all over the place. We were playing high. We were running back, and Uodgie got caught out, and he created the foul led to a second.
What I didn't get about it is you don't play that higher line when you got 11 men.
Yeah, it's mad.
Because you would just get beat every week. I've got guys, just interest of time because we've been on a while. I've got a lot of super chats to get through. I want to keep you all on. We'll throw some of them to yourselves. Jim here. Hello, Jimbo. He says Terry, Spurs are not on no one's rivals, but they are not title contenders. But look how many people are in your room. They love it when Spurs lose. That's why we are only Spurs. Yeah, you are people's rivals. They pretend you're not, but you are definitely people's rivals. The whole the whole of Mordor has turned up. Hotspur, Tottenham, hold that. Yeah, in fairness, one of the first nights in a long while where multiple rivals from multiple clubs has turned up. Chelsea, please be as shameless to Spurs fans as they were to Liverpool fans, please. Cosmic Justice. Jackson hat-trick hero. Chelsea were the better team. Husam Cook. That was a while ago. That super chat like an hour ago. I'm sorry it's taking so long to get to them. Shut your trap, Husam. From Jerome. Liverpool were just sitting down and playing for a draw. Unbelievable how you are showing your face when you got a red face.
Do you know what? Sorry, Terry. I am so sorry. That is absolute delusion. And Dan and Jacob said that. I have to call you out now. You lot are delusional. How can you tell me that you're trying to banter me that we had 9 men and we did what we were supposed to do, almost getting a point out of a game that we shouldn't have got a point, and you're telling me, oh, Ange, he didn't rest on his laurels. He kept on attacking. He kept on playing. That is football suicide, Daniel and Jacob. I'm calling you out. You are delusional. Absolutely delusional. You gave a game on the plate to a team that can't finish to save their lives. Are you not hearing yourselves? Terry, let me carry on with the Terry,
no,
I've got my pan. I've got my pan, and I'm gonna cook these lot.
Hey, Sam,
man brought a wooden spoon to the stream.
Sam, there's a reason why they haven't won a trophy for 15 years when they have mindsets like that. Having mindsets like that, just say, oh, we played beautiful, we didn't rest on our laurels. No, it's all about winning the game or getting something from that game. And the fact that you're saying you're happy that you stayed on your laurels rather than actually stopping a team or getting a point from that game.
After letting Jackson score in a hat
trick, what's crazy?
Man, like Michael Jackson as well, man.
It took, if it would have been, it was this close from Rodrigo Bentancur scoring a header, and I bet you anything that if we draw that game, if
Cucurella sweated it, if Cucurella passed it to Sterling, they would have scored.
Yeah, Dan. One thing I would say, when I first went live, I enjoyed that game so much. I was kind of I didn't really know what I thought. Listening to everybody talk, listening to the super chats, this is the thing. If Chelsea had finished their dinner when they should have done, it could have been one of the most embarrassing results in your history because of that high line. So I think that it only nearly worked because Chelsea aren't good at finishing. Does that make... And also, look, I think one thing it did, for about 10, 15 minutes in the second half, I think it confused Chelsea. I think there's an element of Chelsea that were thinking, why the fuck are they doing this? It kind of dumbfounded them a little bit. Does that mean, a boxer could be a right-handed boxer, but he comes out and stands in southpaw, and it might take a round or two for his opponent to go, I don't know what he's doing because it's just weird. This ain't what I trained for. But as soon as they got, again, and you guys... If you guys would have sat in and absorbed, you still could have counted and got those half chances. But
I agree. Look what Liverpool did to Newcastle earlier in the season. Sat back.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I've got to try and get through these super chats, though, boys. I'm very sorry. Spurs fans acting like they are in a movie 304 against the odds. You held 4 and then pretend the ref was unfair.
Just quickly, Terry, could it be that maybe, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I'm not saying I back Ange for what he did, but could it not be that he did that because he knew that Chelsea weren't good at finishing their dinner? Like he thought, we could still have a chance. Maybe if it was like Newcastle or if it was any other team, maybe he would have so much.
I think Ange, I think he had a tactic because your high line ain't that high when you've got 11 men. I think he had a tactic. Again, in the end, he got it wrong. I think he tried something. It just didn't. Yeah, it didn't work. How you even like Spurs? No trophy. Spurs fans wanted to be different and decided to follow a trophyless club. Is what Phil says. Depends on how old you are. My dad was born in 1955. He saw proper success. He saw proper success.
I've seen Spurs win a European trophy.
I've seen one super chat. We've seen Spurs winning season. We lose one game, and he's asking why are we supporting Tottenham? Get out of here.
Dan, don't let it get to you. It's fine. Like, take it. We weren't
this
good.
Is how I know
Young Daniel. Earlier on today, a Spurs fan on the Top 6 show referred to my club as Little Dusty Man United finished club. You just got to take this banter. Do you know what I'm saying? Hold the L, Spuds. You allowed Nicholas Effin Jackson to score a hat-trick at home. That's the worst bit, isn't it? Little Spud fan. If you ever played football, you'd know that studs up is a yellow, even if you get the ball. Add in that it's 2 feet and it's at least a yellow. Thank you, Kay. Stephen
Dan
here.
Say that wasn't a yellow for Uodgie.
Yeah, he said the 2 foot it was yellow. I said Romero wasn't a red.
Cool.
Savva, why are you laughing? He's cleared the football. I'm sorry, bro.
Because
We've lost.
sorry,
even back in the
hang on, we have lost.
the ball doesn't make a difference.
Terry,
Hang on, what you actually do.
I'm going to be watching basketball.
Let Terry do the
lost
super chats and then we'll talk after.
That is now a red card. It's not even a penalty. That's a red card.
I've actually got more super chats than when I started. Like, I've got to get through it. I love it though, guys. But listen, I want to say a big thank you to my community. You are the best. And Dan, I like that you're upset and angry. This is what football's about. What I love the most about Dan when he gets angry, his voice turns very English. I love it, bruv. It's great. Uodgie was so far off the ground, he needed air traffic control clearance. Bruv, it was a madness. It was one of them ones. Those are the clearest reds I've seen in my life. You're deluded if you think otherwise. Jerome here again, my bro, says we are losing 2-1. Alan, what on earth are you talking about? We tried to get back in the game and got hit on the counter. Stop it, man.
Just getting hit on the counter and just getting absolutely ripped apart by a Chelsea team that can't finish the dinner. It's as simple as that. Jerome, that's the weirdest take in Super Chat. It's a waste of Super Chat, but thank you very much. Terry appreciates it.
Thank you, Jerome. Never a wasted super chat. I love the opinions. The last time Spurs won the league, JFK was alive. Oh, God. Oh, God. Della Spurs, long-time Spurs viewer of the Terrace, says, I support us playing a high line. We didn't have to lead, so why just defend the box for 50 minutes? Liverpool just defended the box and still lost.
With one chance, like they lost in the last second of the game. It wasn't
even a chance. It was an own goal.
Andrew's asking if somebody can give Dan a hug. Maybe you need a hug, Dan.
Andrew, as other than the only way is if you support Man City, then but if you don't support Man City, then you're under us. So maybe you need a hug.
It's okay, Danny boy, man.
Oh, that's a good response. I like that, young man. We on crutches, but managed to still beat Spurs with one leg. I like that super chat. Karma is king. Rival fans bantered Martinelli for scoring a deflected goal. Spurs' only goal was a deflection. Honestly, I did think in that first 15, 20 minutes, I thought Chelsea were going to get spanked like 4-5-6-0. It looked ominous. Van der Ven got shown up today, getting skinned and compensating caused his injury. Sorry, this guy is not on Saliba's level.
Sorry, I just say nobody celebrate an injury. I don't wish injuries upon anyone.
I think it's very good. Yeah, the hamstring went. It's sad. In response to Kate, I think Spurs got sucked into the bravado of the Spurs fans. They seem to want to fight everyone. Do you agree with that, Kate? You're on mute.
There's me calling the Spurs players idiots, and I was on mute. How ironic. Yeah, I don't know what they got sucked into. I just don't know what happened. It was like we went 1-0 up, and they just decided they would just revert to being absolute psychopaths. So no idea.
Shot ourselves.
Is the honest answer? Not a clue.
Shot ourselves in both feet, basically.
That Dan, if this doesn't make you laugh, I'm going to be sad. It says Savva sending a kid to school at 12 a.m. A bit harsh. It's not 12 a.m. in America, though, I suppose. But there we go. Dan, stop ignoring facts and just face the truth. Put Dan in a timeout for making faces. We love you here, Dan. Savva is Spurs' league gunner, but nicer.
That's what I said.
yeah, slightly nicer version. Not that I don't get on with Lee, but Lee, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon is going to be amazing on Top 6 show. So make sure you're all back here, 3:30 tomorrow. Can people stop saying ageist stuff to Dan? Cringe. I don't think anyone on the show mentioned. I don't know what the comments are saying, but no one on the show mentioned young Daniel's
ageist. I get called a granny in there, so I think he should take it. He's young. He's allowed to take it.
Every stream I've been on, the comments goes, "It's past your bedtime, bud." That's the whole comment section when I thought.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, everyone calls you. In fact, I don't see many grandmas. More for UK, it's more auntie. We see auntie.
I take auntie, but I've been called granny.
I think I still look young. The difference is I know I look like a slightly overweight, bit of a weird uncle who sits in his room with a camera. Like that's a problem now. You think you're still young and you ain't. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
This is Ange Ball. Everyone says he's naive, but this is his philosophy. Ange's teams cop bad beatings in their first season, and he has and had even admitted that multiple times. The second season is where his teams shine. Thank you very much, bro. Little Spuds fan. Bruno's challenge was off the ball and a blatant assault on Jorginho, whilst James's arm was in a natural position for someone jumping. Thank you, Kay. Can we bring Husam back, please? These Spurs fans need some more cooking. They are not quite done.
If anybody's
yet.
getting cooked, if Husam comes on, it's Husam. Because my man drew to Luton 1-1. And he's coming on.
It is true. Luton, you know.
He said, we're the imposters. IG, you're the imposters.
Cool, Dan. Terry, you done with the super chats? Or
no, mate, I got 30. I got 33. I got 33 more to do. Hey, Dan, drop the angry act. Stop making faces and listen to your fellow senior Spurs fans. Objective thinking doesn't suit coming out of your mouth. Listen, I like young Dan. He's allowed to be passionate. As a neutral, love the fact that Ange sent the team up. Listen, I do think, Luke, this should become a new law in the game. When anyone gets a man sent off, they should have to play on the height. It would make the game so much more fun. It really, really would. Thank you, Luke. How can Spurs fans say Chelsea couldn't break them down when they were literally going through on goal every 5 minutes? They were just unbearably wasteful.
That's my point.
Even before the sending off, after your goal, they were getting through. They were getting through. It was a weird game. Jerome says, with 9 men and we had Van der Ven, then Chelsea would not have scored nothing. We just got super unlucky to bring on Eric Dyer. He is our downfall. He was, but he nearly scored one of the best goals you'll ever see from a defender. I was gutted for him because that was a ridiculous volley.
I gotta say, when he came on as well, he made an incredible, he ran back and made an incredible clearance.
Yeah, a few times he made a few clearances. Like you hate him sometimes because he makes stupid mistakes, but at points today he was good.
Savva is negative to get Browning points off rivals.
Do you know? I'll tell you what, Terry, I come on here every Wednesday with you. You've seen what I get called in the chat. I don't get brownie points off anyone. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about.
You don't.
Savva's not being real isn't negative. Dan can sit there all he likes and go, it wasn't a red card. The man should have had 2 red cards today. The man should have had 2 red cards.
If you want to talk about the other red card, that's fine. But just own up to the just say the reality is that wasn't a red card or a penalty.
Which one? Which one?
The one that was.
This is the same guy that came after the Liverpool match and said Curtis Jones one was a red card.
Yeah, but I admitted after the game that I was wrong, and it actually was that it wasn't a red card. I admitted that. After
sorry, Dan. You're saying the one he got sent off for, the tackle wasn't a red card.
It wasn't even a penalty.
Mate, it was assault. It was awful.
He knew what he was doing. He wanted to hurt Enzo.
Romero is a rash liability. Told you this. No one wanted to listen to me. Told you. No one wants to listen to me. He is rash. You know what's worse about that red card, Dan? You know what is really worse about that red card? Is just 5 minutes earlier, his tackle, when he lashed out, kicked out, and you're thinking, mate, you've got away with one there, and you know you have. And then 5 minutes later, I know, red card. The guy's got no brain. He's got no brain.
Jim here says the gaslighting people are doing to Dan because of his age is weird. This is one thing I hate about older football fans. They're super. I will say, I don't think anyone's gaslighting Dan. They're just giving a different opinion. What I will say is this. Dan's the youngest person on the like everyone's older than him on here, so it's hard for anyone else to chat to him. But I don't think they're being rude to Dan. To be fair, it's just a general debate. I think they're being very respectful personally. I will say this: Daniel's the only person that comes on the terrace where people are being horrible to him. I would step in because I don't mean sound horrible. He's literally a minor. Do you know what I mean? So he's here with
Dan. We love the fact that he hasn't got the experience of being hurt by Tottenham and turned into a bit of a Twitter.
Funny. When Dan phones on here in 15 years' time, he's going to look and sound just like Sav.
He will. He will. He will.
No. And then we say it's all the young ones. We're going, you don't know what it's like. Do you know what I mean?
Dan, you can't say that I ain't gone through pain. You can't say that I ain't gone through pain.
You haven't gone through the pain that we've gone through. That's fact. That's not ageist.
I've never seen a trophy in my life. I've never seen silverware. And you're telling me I haven't gone through pain. You've at least seen something. You've seen a
not
4.
pain.
I ain't seen even a 9. I ain't even seen classic.
Kate,
You ever seen like,
Kate and I,
where people see the younger version of themselves? This is it. Dan and Savva
Kate and I have seen the club nearly go into administration.
You've got a DeLorean.
Back to the Future. They meet each
Dan, Kate and I have nearly seen the team relegated. We've seen the team nearly go into administration. Those are dark days. Not winning a trophy, that's not a dark day, mate. That's 95, 98% of the clubs every year don't win a trophy. So your dark days, I'm afraid, don't compare. My dark days don't compare to the era before me that saw Spurs get relegated. Do you know what I mean? It's all. Listen, Dan, I'll ask a question. Sorry, just really quickly. Are you one of these people? Do you think we can win the league?
I think we're in the title race, and one loss don't change that.
Cool. All right, that told me everything I needed to know. So there you go. That's what.
This is a wise man once said: if you're unhappy with red cards, play cleaner, and you know who you are. Thank you, Curious. Very harsh on Jackson. He took his goals well. We missed a few chances from poor decision making from Sterling, Kukurea. Spurs goalie was quality. He was quality, to be fair with you. Indigo Guna says, has anyone seen the Spurs win a trophy? They are still looking for 4-1. That Chelsea should have scored more. It's a good little joke there. Thank you. Spurs fans singing Arsenal get battered at St. James's Park. They were 5-0 down after 20 minutes there last season, is what Charlie's got to say. Thank you, Charlie. Bruno's challenge was off the ball. This is very true. In my opinion, we played better when Spurs had 11 players. Happy with the result. Performance was meh. I think our young players got rattled by the pressure for a while. It's definitely true. You did. It was because all the pressure was on Chelsea suddenly. Pretty sure Jackson has more Premier League goals than Richarlison has since he joined Spuds. Forever in our shadow. I'm obsessed and you're crying. Jerome's back again. Thanks for the donation, my friend. I really appreciate it. He says, this shows how Tottenham are in everybody's heads. Arsenal lose. No Tottenham fans come on the stream. What, Daniel, you did message me for the link, to be fair. You didn't come on. You're nodding your head. You're nodding your head. I'm going to say, look, sorry, bro. You didn't come on, though. You didn't message me for the link. We lose, and they are just sad. Listen, of course you're in their head. You're their rivals. The critics of Jackson make no sense. Sometimes we didn't play well, and he still scored 3 goals. Give him a chance, Chelsea fans. I've actually never seen a player get a hat-trick and get criticised before ever in football. Today is like a first for so many things. Why does this Spuds kid have this arrogance? Where is it coming from? You haven't won anything. You don't have winners. Like, why make it make sense?
I agree. Sorry, I agree. I don't know where the arrogance from Spurs fans has come from.
I don't understand how it all changes from one game.
One game. I said this all season. I said this all season, Dan.
For you, yeah, you've been saying we've been crap all season. Fair enough.
No, Dan. Again, don't be disingenuous. This isn't about age. Don't be disingenuous. I've not said we've been crap all season. We are not ready to win a league title. We are.
I think we can be in the title race. I think we can be in the title race.
What does that mean?
Fall off. People are saying it's the beginning of the end for Tottenham. We don't know how long Mickey Van de Ven is. If it is 1 month, I think we can go a month. Romero,
a month without Van de Ven and Romero at centre half.
Romero usually hamstrings are 2 months.
Romero's got 3 games, hasn't he?
I think we should appeal the Romero red card.
Unless he's already got another red, that means it's 4.
Right, Romero's got. So Romero's got.
You look at our next. Wait, Savva. If you look at our next few games, we play Wolves. Yeah, they beat Man City, but I think they're beatable.
Who?
Aston Villa's one that I'm worried about. But if there's 11,
sorry. Who's beatable?
Man City's the one that I'm worried about because it's at the Etihad. But at the end of the day, it is a free hit, and our players perform best when they're all free hits.
Don't sleep on Villa. Don't sleep on Villa, Dan.
Yeah, I'm worried about Villa. I
like that, boys. Look, just interest of time because man's got to go to bed, right? Because I've been up since 6 o'clock. I've been up for 18 hours working now. This is an amazing stream. Thank you. It's actually been one of my favorite streams ever. It actually has. Savva, Tottenham played well. Even Man City conceded chances. It happens. Saying Spurs haven't played well shows you're a casual. You're a secret gooner. Do you listen? Savva supports Arsenal and Lee is a Spurs fan. There's a social experiment to see if they can convince people to.
Do you know what it is? With that $4.99 you spent, you could have used that money to get your ears cleaned. I didn't say Spurs haven't played well at all. What I said was, we're not this brilliant team that people like Dan will come onto the show and tell you we are. Like that kid last week who came on saying, we're definitely winning this league. Romero, Van der Ven out injured. Who knows what's happening with Maddison? Uodgie is now banned as well. Mate, you take a few of them. We are a mess. We are a shambles.
Can't wait for your next game.
How many is it for 2 yellows again?
One game.
One game for Uodgie. 3 games for Romero and Mickey Van der Ven. That looked 6 weeks.
Yeah, it looked 6 to 8 weeks, didn't it? Yeah. Ange, after the game, he says, you have to accept the referee's decisions. That's how I grew up. What is Egal talking about? In fairness, some really big accounts shared some fake aggregator accounts, shared some fake quotes. You would think they were real because they were really credible aggregator accounts that have apologized. So that wouldn't have been Egal's fault, to be fair. For F's sake, we tried to do that. We tried to low block until they scored. We tried to get back in that effing game, is what Jerome says here.
That was not a low block. That was nothing.
That's the highest low block I've ever seen in my life.
Jerome, that is what you called.
If it was any higher, you'd have been in Chelsea's
half. You can't have it.
Jerome,
it's the worst. It's the worst managerial decision I've ever seen for a team that have gone down to 10 or 9 men. It was embarrassing. Dan's doing that little face again. Name me a manager that's ever done that.
I'm sorry. Let me say this.
No, hang on. I want to hear what Dan says. Go on, Dan. Name me a manager that's ever done that before.
None, but that's why Ange is different. If we're going to get a manager that does the same thing, we might as well just get an average manager out there that's going to do the same
when
thing.
Not when you go down to 9 men.
Stick to his tactics. And whatever happens, I want a manager that will do that, to stick to his guns the whole game. That's what I want.
This is why you haven't won a trophy for 15 years.
This is why people take the piss out of Spurs fans.
The reason we ain't
This is why people take the piss out of Spurs fans.
Back the manager. Don't do that. If we back
no, because having this sort of mindset.
Let's carry on with these super chats, peeps.
Fans
Wolves are
love
hard to beat
losing.
at
That's
home.
what Dan just said. We love
It's going to
losing.
be an
That's what
interesting
he
one
said.
here. This here says, I'm happy, Chelsea. Thank you so much for the nice thrashing of Spurs. I thought you'll run away with the title already. Wolves ain't beatable. I think he means now with the injuries. Best comparison I've seen is Palmer to Ozil at Werder Bremen. Ozil, you know,
easy.
I mean, Ozil at Werder Bremen was sank. Dan, read the effing rules. If you are just a kid who turns off a camera for a second to punch a wall, it doesn't matter. It hits ball. Both feet, red card is what Adam says. Thank you, Adam.
What I'm hearing is it doesn't matter if you try to clear football and do your job as a centre back, as long as somebody will stand behind the ball, plant their feet there, and be ready for the tackle.
Your follow through with force. Winning the ball doesn't mean you won't get sent off. 15 plus years ago, yes, hang on, Dan. 15 plus years ago, you got away with it, but for over 15 years now. So you're talking. I mean, with due respect, your whole life. The Romero's red card has been a red card your whole life, bruv. Like it isn't anything new, legitimately, my guy. Dan age is literally starting to show. No, it's not. His age ain't showing. He's just angry. But age does show a little bit because experience is important because you don't go through things as much. But he's making good points. He's just angry. He's allowed to be. I did say Poch will want revenge in pre-season. I told you. Thank you, Nav. Savva, that is such a negative mindset you have. If you can't say we have played well in 11 games, our team's showing fight. We will never, like we've never had before.
It's not what I said. It's not what I said.
This here says, last week Savva called out Husam for saying Spurs hadn't impressed him. Now he's saying we've been patchy and played badly in many games.
So what I actually said to Husam was, you can't say that nothing is impressed because we are second in the table. We are second in the table. I didn't say all was bad. What I actually, can I caveat this, please, for anyone that is struggling? What I've said is we've not been as good as every fan of Spurs makes out and rams down everyone's throats. Every Spurs fan goes on like we've been brilliant. We haven't scored the most goals. We haven't got the best defense. These are facts. Yeah. We've done really, really well. We've done better than everyone expected. But every Spurs fan, unfortunately, got carried away. The difference is some of us have seen this before and know how this pans out. Some of us don't want to believe it and want to just tell everyone we've been good. Crystal Palace was crap, absolutely crap. People can't even admit that.
Yeah,
Were we good against Crystal Palace, Dan?
It's a hard place to go to. Crystal
That's
Palace
not
is
what
a
I
hard
asked.
place to
That's
go to.
not what I
Nobody
asked.
goes in there and walks away with
Just
3
interest
points.
of time, boys, because I've really got to shoot
what
soon.
I
I don't want
asked.
to disrespect the audience. Sorry, gents. It says, Dan, the banter will only get worse. Chin up, we're laughing emojis. The worst part of that is that Liverpool are the biggest losers here. Chelsea and Newcastle threw us an absolute alley-oop, and we couldn't beat Luton. It's very, very true indeed. Title mentality is to gain a point when you're about to lose all three. Playing a high line was stupid with 9 men. This here says, what did you say? Sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. I am a manager, and I heard the next game you'll know how you're going to play, but you ain't going to know how I play, highline, etc. Now I know. Oh, okay, now I know. Right. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, I get you. Do you think Ange playing this style will burn the team out come February or March? Big up yourselves. Well, he's already picked up 2 injuries today, and maybe that's all the running and the running back from the high line. So that could be a part. Hello, Harry. Are you all right now?
Right, I'm back now. Sorry, I had some difficulties on the Mac.
Oh.
But
has your Mac been drinking as well?
We're winning the league guy.
Yes.
Nice. This is the guy making the rest of us. This is the guy making the rest of us look bad. Right. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, mate. I don't know who you are, but nice to meet you.
Doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter. Just a sane Tottenham fan is what I am.
Are you top of the league? Are you top of the league anymore?
I'm not here to argue relevancy. I'm here to talk to Terry. How are you, Terry?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very well.
Your energy has changed a little bit now. It was, we can do this. We have hope. Now it looks like you're going to cry.
I'm not going to cry, bro. I'm not going to cry. I promise you.
I don't know how you can be giving so much chat when you just drew 1-1 with Luton Town. Like,
you let Nicola Jackson score a hat trick in your own gap. Have some shame. Have some damn shame.
Right, guys, I'm going to get through these last few super chats here. How has no one mentioned how good Reece James was yet? First start in months, and he does that. He's a supreme talent. Yeah, I thought he had a good game today, and he's been out a while. We know how good he is. He's just got to stay fit, my man. Thank you. Your manager shouldn't have revealed his tactics at the end of the game. Now every club knows the plan. He's going to change it now. You can't do that in the Premier League. Good point. We were told not to make excuses when we lost Tomiyasu and Saliba. Better not hear any excuses from Tottenham. Harry, would you give excuses for Tottenham if they don't continue winning now?
Yeah, if we don't continue winning now, I'm going to hold my hands up to all the fans. And you were there, Terry. A couple of you were there when I said we're going to win the league. If we continue losing now, I'm going to hold my hands up. I'm going to say I was wrong. But until that happens, I'm sitting here saying,
I think your words were you will brush Man City aside and win this league, is what you said.
We'll still beat him. We'll still beat him again. That's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Arsenal. And I said that. I already said that. Yeah, you know that.
Terry, can I say something about the title charge? Today, I have gained more confidence in the title charge than I had before. Because I know when adversity comes, I see how these players are able to perform. They put in a shift today. I don't care what nobody tells me. They were able to put in a shift. 9 versus 12 on the pitch. They put in a shift. Porro was fantastic. Vicario was fantastic. So what I've seen there from today,
Porro was awful.
Wait, hold on. I need you to stop there.
Harry, do you agree with that? Are you more confident now after getting beat 4-1 and losing 3 of your best players?
I'll be real. When Son nearly scored that goal there, you see me, I was like, yeah, it should have been a draw. But that 9 men was a bit peak, I'll be real. But I didn't think we were going to lose it when we were 9 men down. I did not think we were going to lose it. And we did, fair enough, cool. But when someone's about
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, please, Harry? When any Spurs fan says when they had 9 men, you didn't think we were going to lose, which one of the times where they went clean through on goal didn't worry you? It was like 10 times they went clean through on goal. How did you not think we were going to lose?
Bro, All right, you're gonna cuss me for this, and that's fine.
I'm not cussing you. I'm just
no,
asking.
no. I'm pre-warning you. You're gonna cuss.
Oh,
me.
okay, right. You're pre-warning me. You're about to say something stupid. I like it.
No. That's not true, bro. That's not true. I promise you. But I predict it, right? When I say to you guys, and I said this before, and you can judge me pre-warn as I mentioned. I have the utmost belief in my football team. All right. I've always had that. My family's had that. Everyone's had that. In my football team, I will have the utmost respect, the utmost belief. So even when we lose, unless it's a stupid game, like where we're 5-0 down at half time, I'm not going to believe. Let's be real. Yeah. But when it was such an even game, even though we were 9 men down, I still believed.
Oh, okay. Can I respond to this? Can I respond to this, Terry?
Yeah, go for it.
You can throw 3 men at us. You can throw 4 men, 5 men, 6 men. I'm still going to believe. Until that goal goes in, I'm still going to believe, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, Harry. Do you know what? I love? Listen, I'm not here to take away anyone's hope and belief. I think it's really nice that you believe, but there's a difference between believing and reality sometimes. Like anyone watching that game today. Right? People can say, oh, with 9 men, we held on in there. Let's be brutally honest. We didn't hold on in there. Chelsea missed chance after chance after chance because they're not clinical. But we said it during our watch along. If you keep letting Chelsea play this through ball, they're going to score eventually. And all 3 goals in the second half were a carbon copy of each other. Down the right side, pull the ball back, score a goal. We didn't learn from that. So it's all good that you're sitting there going, I believed, but belief isn't what wins you titles. Belief isn't what wins you games. Managing situations wins you games. Yeah. Winning more games than the other teams win you games. So I get it. And I saw you the other day categorically stating that Tottenham were going to win a title. That's fine. But you do realize that when people like me go on to other shows, that's then thrown at me. Savva, you and your fans think you're winning a title. And I'm like, whoa.
We're different. You can't categorize yourself with me.
I don't. No,
that's fine if you don't. Look, mate, I completely get that. But the Tottenham fan base is massive. There's so many different cultures, so many different people. How can you whether or not you want to, you say that you get stick from another person for my opinion on football?
No. You're missing Harry, you're missing
that's
the point.
That's what you meant, surely.
Harry, you're missing the point. The thing is, we've come on, we've had fans that have come on like you, come on to shows after 10 games of football. 10 games of football where we've basically beaten 6 of the bottom 7, right? And you've come on and gone, I'm telling you now, we're winning a league. And it's like, other fans look at that and go, where are you getting that from? Like, based on what? Fans like me, I've come on and said, you know what? Terry and Alan and people who stream me, they'll back me up on this. I've come on and said, look, do you know what? First of all, let's wait till we get 20 games deep, right? Let's see where we are after 20 games and we've played everyone. Second of all, let's get through this tough spell with Chelsea, who we've just lost to, with Villa, with Newcastle, with Man City, with Wolves, right? Let's get through that. Third, let's wait and see what happens when we get a significant injury to a player. And today, unfortunately, you've just seen Van der Ven go down holding his hamstring. Yeah. Romero's got 3 games. And James Maddison, every time he goes down, we all crap ourselves. So before we're talking about title challenges, don't you think at some point Spurs fans should just go, okay, let's keep our feet on the ground so that we're not mocked? Because we're doing what Arsenal did last year.
I'd love to let you respond, but generally, we've been streaming 2 hours, and I've really got to get to the end of this now. I've got a few more super chats to do. Sorry, gentlemen. It's all right. No, it's fine. I just, it says here, Terry, Chelsea have lost games where they performed well, not as much as I am frustrated today. I will take it. That's very, very true. And we'll try and get you onto a panel soon, my friend. And I think that's very true. You've actually had lots of good performances that you haven't won. Did you see? Sorry. You did say, I think it means you did say that you hadn't been good in 11 games. Now, Jim, listen, I appreciate all your super. I will back Savva here. He said that you haven't been good for the entirety of these games. I haven't heard Savva say you've been crap in all your games, not good anywhere. Tell Uncle Fester to leave to leave off the young Spurs fan who's Uncle Fester, maybe Sav. They've been starving for years, and it gives us gives us rivals good materials to banter him with.
For a second.
Time print 6:08 US Eastern Time, bruv. 9 players Spurs get battered by Chelsea, and Liverpool 9 players only, and you could barely beat them with an own goal. Never mind, Terry. Harry needs to talk to Frank.
That's just stupid. That's stupid.
There we go. Yeah, you've also ordered like Just Eat or Uber or something, and then McDonald's,
That's
isn't you?
McDonald's, bro. That's not.
Yeah. That's how I know you're drunk, man. I'm going to get these McDonald's. Listen, I want to thank all my panel tonight. You've been amazing. Everyone who's hit the like button, all of my super chatters. You literally are the best football community on God's green earth. Content in the morning, Lee Gunner and I in the afternoon. Champions League match reactions for you tomorrow. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. Congratulations to Chelsea. Commiserations, Tottenham.